If you were sexually abused as a child by a priest, coach, teacher, or authority figure in California, a new law gives you an opportunity to seek justice. Jeff Anderson and Associates can help. Survivors in California must file a claim by December 31st, 2022 to seek accountability and compensation from perpetrators and institutions. Call confidentially 1-800-ITS-TIME. Time is limited. Call 1-800-ITS-TIME. 12011 San Vicente Boulevard, Los Angeles, California.
Blogtalk Radio.
Welcome to Cosa Nostra Radio. We are a poetry family located at allpoetry.com. I'd like to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home. We believe in freedom of speech. However, not all of the views and opinions on the show by the guests and poets are reflective of La Cosa Nostra ownership and management and are of their own free will. Enjoy this La Cosa Nostra program.
Wow. Welcome, everyone. This is Randall S. Rocking you in California Central Delta. I'm aboard the Mermaid Lounge. Hope everyone's doing well in the beginning of this apocalyptic spring, and that we can at least come here and have a safe haven and relax a little bit. Enjoy some music, some poetry aboard the lounge. I'll let everybody come in and get settled. There'll be drinks coming around. And I'd like to welcome my co-host, Mrslilboo. How are you, dear?
Good. How are you? Did you like the song?
Hanging in there. Hanging in there. You ready
Did you like
to do
the song?
this?
Ready. Did you like the song?
And for those, gotta tell you, for the times we live in, that is the most appropriate song that's going on right now. What blows my mind is that you could pull a Rush song off, Tom Sawyer, on the piano. It's completely phenomenal. Well done, darling. And we've got a couple calls in here, and so we're going to take those, and we're going to launch the lounge.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Rack, is that you, brother?
What's up, guy? How's it going?
Hey,
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm doing all right.
How are you? Yeah?
Yeah, you know, best as can be expected. Flying blind.
Flying blind.
What's up? How you doing,
I bet you see better than most.
Yes, he does.
Well, actually, it's harder because, you know, you don't know if it's night or day, so they actually have a syndrome for non-24 when you can't tell, you know, what time of day it is. So you fall asleep, you know, with the drop of a hat sometimes, depending on your activity and stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, weird sleep habits. But I had those before I lost my sight. So,
so you've been working through them.
Yeah, you know, you learn, you know, there's, you know, all kinds of tricks and stuff, and it's adaptions on the phone and everything else. It's just I still have to find the right kind of editor so I could get back into writing again. But until that happens, I'm kind of been in a holding pattern for new stuff.
Well, sure glad to have you, brother, and welcome. Enjoy yourself, Garçon. Rack, what are you drinking, buddy? You're sitting around the flipper.
What do you want to drink, Rack?
However, it's
Red
probably
Stag.
good so you don't see her backside wiggling around when she uses her flipper, so you're probably safe there, brother. And let me take another call. We've got let's see.
Yeah, Randall, how are you?
305.
Razz.
That's Razzle Dazzle.
Razz, how are
That's
you?
Razzle Dazzle.
I heard you were rocking tonight.
We're rocking
Doing
around,
a bit of
brother.
thunder
Can
in the
you join us?
Yeah. Thought I'd hold up a
Right
tambourine while it starts lightning.
Did
Well,
you
there
like
you
the
go.
song, Razz?
Yeah, I had a song in mind.
Cool.
Did you hear the opening? I thought you would like it.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the Rush song Boo did?
I tuned in like a minute later.
That's all right. You'll hear it later. It's okay.
Yeah, she rocked it. I'm going to we've got another call coming in. Let me take this one here. We'll get everybody seated.
This is Dave.
And watered and go from there. 503. Who's going to rock us at the lounge?
Yeah, that's me, Dave Prophet.
Hey, Dave.
Dave, how are you?
I'm okay.
Well, I'm
pretty
glad
good.
you're joining us. Yeah? Trying to get through trying times, as we all are.
What's that?
Yeah, right.
Trying to get through trying times, as the rest of us are, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Well,
Life after eHarmony.
glad to have you aboard.
Life after eHarmony.
Boo, what the hell? Yeah, what
No.
Yeah, there's that, huh?
No, you did. You know that,
doing
Randall,
tonight,
that
Boo?
Dave went on 374 dates on eHarmony, and he's writing a book about it. It's hilarious. It's too funny. Tonight we're doing song titles, remember? 374. He's a trooper, isn't he? A trooper.
So, you know, that would be an interesting sideline, Dave, to one of these days pick your brain on that adventure.
He's writing poems about him.
Yeah, there's I don't know. There's not too much to pick there. Most of those women were dishonest, and they didn't think that it was important to post an up-to-date picture of themselves, and so I always got pictures that were 10 years old, you know. And then when I went to meet them on the date, I couldn't recognize I couldn't find them because I didn't recognize them. Their pictures were that bad.
Wow.
False advertising.
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit of a little deception, right, to open the door with, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, not exactly the way you want to start a date out, I would say, but, you know.
No. Did any of them go uphill after that, or they all go downhill?
Almost all of them went downhill. I only came away with one lady friend out of that, out of those 375 dates that I had. The rest of them were all garbage. They were one of them.
Wow.
Pretty odds. Those are bad odds.
Well, I'm glad you're confirming my natural instinct. So what you're telling me is eHarmony is not all that harmonic. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah, pretty dissonant, actually.
Yeah, sounds like it.
A lot of dissonant frequencies. Oh, yeah, it's just big bullshit deals, all it is, you know. But you can ask Boo.
Wow.
She's read most of those poems that I wrote. I think I've got 8 or 9 of them there about eHarmony. She's read most of them. So.
They're fun.
Yeah.
Hey,
cool.
He's up there with Lizzie. Lizzie failed the eHarmony test, if you can believe that one. Is that correct? Yeah.
Wow.
Sal was on. Yes, she failed. How do you
let
do
me
that? Sal was on hold.
Yes, let me get Sawa. Sawa, is that you?
Oh, listen to the revival.
Yes. Hello, everyone. How are you?
How are you, sweetie?
Thanks for coming.
Welcome.
Bonsoir.
Welcome aboard the lounge.
Bonsoir.
Come on aboard. It's been a while, but you know where your seat's at, right? You can take your seat. You know where it's at. I haven't changed the tables or anything.
Thank you, Randy.
All right. I tell you what's going on right now outside the lounge is I've got a sea lion probably 15, 20 feet away trying to bring up fish from the bottom. And the gulls circling around them, getting what's left. It's kind of interesting. Garçon, drink some Sawa. All right, Flipper will be around soon, dear. Tell her what you want, all right?
What do you want to drink, Sal? You know you like margaritas. Yeah. Margarita?
Margarita for Flipper. All right, coming around.
Yeah.
No, don't worry about the chips or anything. I got you.
Mojito. She wants a mojito.
No, I tell you.
All right, well, you can switch it up as the night goes on. That's fine.
That's a quick joke. Go ahead, Stella.
About mojitos, I had no idea what are mojitos. I was in a party with friends, and I saw like lemonade. I said, I want this drink, and I got drunk without me even knowing that I'm drinking. That was hilarious. It really made me. And they told me
that was all part of the plan.
Yeah, I know. I had no idea it's a drink. I'm serious. I had no idea it's alcohol. So it was funny. So about mojitos.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad everybody's here. Glad everyone's come aboard here. Enjoy yourself. Get comfortable. Grab your drinks. And what the hell are we doing tonight, Boo? Song titles, right?
Okay. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody in a rush?
What's that?
Anybody in a rush?
Yeah. So.
Tom
I see the list. Are we ready to launch?
Yeah, we're ready. I just want to know, is anybody in a rush or is everybody hanging out?
Yeah.
Okay. So get
everybody settle in. All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Let's roll.
Maybe.
You want to go first, Dave?
Yeah, if you don't mind, because I don't know what's going on with my dog. He's spooky right now. So.
Okay, no problem. You want to drop yours, or did you put it on the list?
Huh?
Did you want to put yours down on the board?
I'm not seeing it.
You didn't put it on the list, right? Because it was locked, so you need to put it on the board, Dave.
Oh, yeah, okay. Hold on a minute.
Throw it up there, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go get it. There we go. Hold on. I just about got her here.
Dog
okay.
movers.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. It says the topic is locked. Well, let me
that's
post
okay. Can you
it.
put it on the board? You can put it on
can you just
Yes,
drop
I'm
it on
gonna-
the board?
We'll put it in the chat
Yeah,
room.
it should.
Yeah, just drop
Or
it on
do you
the
wanna-
chat board.
Yeah. If not, I can just open it back up for you. I can open it for you if you want. I'll just,
Okay, hold on a minute here. Let me get over there then. Jesus.
okay. Here, I can open it too. Either however you want to do it. I'll open it up just in case. There you go. Other words about maybe wait. Hey, boo.
I think hold on.
It should be on the chat board right now.
It's here. It's here.
It's there. Okay, ready.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, brother. It's all you.
Okay, this is one of my favorite space rock bands. It's from a group called Hawkwind, and it's called The Golden Void. And it goes like this. The golden void whispers to me. It's outside my reality. Inside my mind, it flows like time. Into that sea of flame, can I fly this high again? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm blind, but still I see. Constellations, corridor of flame. Constellations, all aflame. They're all aflame from the corridors of flame. So now your time has passed. The life you led would never last. Hedging all bets with your blackened soul. Nothing inside left to extol. Dust Bolero plays in your mind as you linger on the edge of time. Your endless journey on the edge of time. On the edge of time. The edge of time. Rolls ever on into infinity. On the edge of time. The edge of time. On the edge of time. It's so cold. So cold on the edge of time. Such as it is.
Wow, brother. You know, I'm getting the feeling of some a lot of fire hanging around the edge of time. You know what I mean? And constellations, a corridor of flame. Constellations all aflame. So let me ask you this, brother. Is the whole thing burning?
It's maybe afterwards you could listen to that sound like on the back end of it there. It's got that whole song called The Golden Void Part 2 on it. I don't know. I really liked it. I don't know what it really means. It's just a lot of fancy, flowery lyrics. But anyway, I don't know.
It's kind of interesting because it's wrapping around first. Your first line is why I'm asking there before we can go into the constellations and on the edge of time here. It's what we consider, I guess, in this piece here, what the golden void is. But no matter what, man, it's whispering to you. It's whispering. Very cool, brother. Very cool. Boo, what do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm thinking about what the golden void was. I guess that depends for everybody. It's something different. And maybe there's something you're missing there. And you knew it wouldn't last. Maybe no matter what that is, things that you were right in front of you that you missed or that you didn't take advantage of or that you should have maybe taken advantage of. It could be like love or opportunity or something, and then you realize at some point time comes and it's over and you don't have the chance to go back again. I think the rhyme is really cool and the flow is good, and I do hear like a melody in the words. It's really, I think it's a pretty cool write. I never heard the song. I think I did listen to the song last time you had it. It's really cool. It is majestic, like you said. Good job, Dave. Yeah. Great read.
Yeah, well said, Bill. I like the format of this, Dave, as far as in the sense that you do break back into your chorus and reiterate that between the cold, between the edge, and between the flame. So I like that spinning back into itself. Rack, what do you think, brother?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed this a lot, Dave. There's a lot of things that you touch on in this that as for me in particular, you mentioned about being blind but still seeing, so I could relate to that in a different way. You mentioned in towards the end of it, you mentioned bolero. I thought that was cool. I don't know if the original mentioned it or not, but I like that kind of it's kind of to me a musical nod, to the other types of songs that are out there, and it kind of expands on the thought. But I mean, the whole thing, the idea of the void and wrapping time into it, just completely made the piece perfect for me, because that's what I like the best about it. That concept of the void and time kind of folds together for me, especially when you start bringing in the things that you see or can't see and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool.
Oh,
Very
thanks,
well
man.
said.
I appreciate it.
Very well said, Rack. Very well said. Razz, what did you think, brother?
Yeah, this was a great piece. I've written back. It's a great use of melodic devices, blending the subject matter of the infinity of space and the refrain of the edge of time, a contemporary look at science and astrophysics.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got that same feel from it when you start dealing with time and constellations, and the fabric of all of it, and even the content within the constellations. Dave, you do something that's quite interesting. You bring in the cold after the flames, and out there it is. Well said, Razz. Sawa, what did you think, dear?
You stole my word about the cold. I'm just kidding. I really was thinking about that. There's so much. It's very rich. I mean, you can take it up to metaphysics and what's happening there, but you can take it to life too. As you say, where is it? Can I fly this high again? There's nothing wrong with me. I'm blind, but I still see. It's like almost you wonder why things have changed for you, not the way it used to be. And time flies. So, time has passed, the life you led without never lost. An edge of time means like maybe time's flying and you're at the edge of time. You can take it so many ways. Really brilliant, right? Made me want to listen to the song. This, excuse me. Great, David.
Very, very cool, Sawa. Yeah, Dave, that's a solid piece, brother.
My pleasure.
And because you wrote it in the format that you did there, I mean, people can interpret the music of what goes on with their heads, but the lyrics give us enough bounce to be able to do that in the format. Well done, brother.
Yeah, like
well done.
Format.
Thank you.
So, if everybody's settled in, got their drinks, don't hesitate. Wave, Flipper will come around, order what you want, and Boo, what do we've got next?
We're going to do Jask. Is he on the board? He's not on the board, is he yet? Yeah, no. Okay, we're going to do Jask next because I think he said he couldn't come, so it's a SoundCloud.
Okay. Now, audio and AN, so
yeah,
are we
I got
hitting
the
it
audio.
there? Or you got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I got it. Let's see. Yep, I'm actually prepared today. Here we go.
Pablo Picasso. Tender hand, caressing, final timely. Tangy hands, concentric palms, mending every southern sky. Authentical awesomeness. Setting teeth ablaze. Departure leaves one by one. Bouncing new life amidst the mirrors. Immortalized beauty of Guernica. In his heart or desert souls. His amazing eyes, being the window, did endure, planting an alien seed in the dream, to run wild with breeze, never return in separation again. It is ended and led. All that remains is rebirth or faith in virtual
Wow. Wow. If it would have been a little clearer on the lyrics, would have helped out. And I'm thinking I'm speaking for everyone, is it's a good thing we had him in front of us to read, to get him off of here. He's got some great phrasing here. A canticle of summer, setting trees ablaze. Like that. Gorgeous. Peeking through the window, dipped in dew, planting a dandelion seed in their dream to run wild with breeze, never drawn in suffocation again. He descended and left, all that remains is ripples of the spirit in brush and ink. That's a fantastic closing line. Love that. Boo, what'd you think of that?
Wow, that was amazing. I mean, every time he writes something, I'm just blown away. What song did he do this for? I don't know if there's. I love the format too. I'm
not familiar with the song.
There's this beginning, tender hands caressing final tiny leaf, tangy. I like how you use the word tangy. I haven't heard that in a while. Sweaty palms.
Yeah.
It almost seems of love that's. He loves someone, or she's gone now. Maybe he descended and left all that remains is ripples of bush. Or somebody obviously is missing it through death and love and faith, and it's very spiritual. And it's a tribute to Picasso, obviously, I believe. Personifies the art of him and who he was, and quite poetic. Is immortalizing him. Really beautiful job. Great wording.
Yeah, very well said, dear. Some of the phrasing is really nice. I'm not familiar with the music behind it there, but well done. Rack, what do you think of that, brother?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job with the music. The whole thing had kind of an ethereal feel to it. It was very... I don't know how to put it other than that. It was like, almost an out-of-body type thing for me. It carried me away a little bit. I wasn't familiar with the song either, if he did a parody to another song, or just, the melody to another song, or if it was original. But it was fantastic, in the sense of, he followed the beat of the song. The music was laid out perfectly to what he read. And I really appreciated it for that. This was a really nice piece.
Yeah, it sure is. Great comment, brother. Giving him props for that, because he did. Razz, what do you think, bro?
Yeah, there's a song which goes here, Counting Crows, Mr. Jones. It has that line, I want to be Picasso, I want to be Bob Dylan. Yeah, I could agree with all the statements and Jazz Brand's poem. It all rocks.
Very cool. Is that what he was using as the spin-off? Was Mr. Jones?
I think so. He doesn't say that I saw, but
yeah, I didn't read it in there, but quite cool if he was. Very cool, brother. Dave, what'd you think?
Randall,
well, I just like the.
What's that, Bill?
Like the. I just like the.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Nice. Love that stall time in between.
Well, I was trying to talk, but I kept getting shut down every time I tried. So anyway, I like the.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll see you guys.
Dave,
I'll see you guys later when you want to be serious.
Dave?
Hey, don't take it personal. Oh God.
So, Dave, what part of it did you like?
I think he dropped.
He dropped? He did. Oh, Boo dropped too. She's back. He dropped. Wonder if it was intentional. Boo, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Hey.
So
sorry about that.
I'm not sure if Dave dropped intentionally or if it's just a drop call. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's dropping. I don't know. I heard them say thank you for calling, and then they hung up. I don't know. That was weird. But I hope he calls back.
Yeah, I was
going to tell you that.
You know, with the airways as weird as they are right now, I get them all the time. I just drop calls. It's ridiculous.
Jeff said his song is for Ed Sheeran, by the way. Ed Sheeran is his song. That's what I was going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Calls back. Mm-hmm.
All right, got it. Sawa, what do you think, dear?
I think it's really, I don't think it's related to any music. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's really beautiful tribute to Pablo Picasso, and he even brought one of his famous paint, immortalized the beauty of Guernica in the hearts of the deluded souls, his interrupting eyes, just the way he expressed his appreciation, planting them then you see then their dream, they run. Or maybe also talk about life, a tribute, but also about life, as he says, promising new life amidst dreams of death. Every, the dream, even if it's died, there's always a new dream that comes. That's what I got from this line. Descend and left, all that remains, the ripples of his spirit, brush and ink. For Picasso, definitely, we still celebrate him. Until today, his art is immortal, beautiful. He always have a way to write about other people or even women, and just amazing how Jaskin's such a great poet and bring nature in it always. Beautifully done.
Yeah, I agree, Sawa. He brings nature in when he's dealing with heavy topics here, promising new life amidst dreams of death. Yeah, absolutely. In the hearts of desolate souls. Interesting. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. All right. Boo, what do we got, dear?
I was going to do Rack. You want to go Rack, or you want to wait a little bit?
No, that's fine. I'll do it. You get a cappella because I didn't get to record it, so I'll actually do it live for you from as best I can from memory.
Yeah, you'll remember. You did a good job. I'm going to grab the poem. I just want to say sorry to Dave. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My headphones are just jacked up, so we hope you call back. I didn't mean to be rude. I just want to say that.
There's Dave again. So he's with us here, and it sounds like a dropped call. We've got to, let me get Dave back on. You put it on here, and we'll do it here. Dave, you back with us?
Yeah.
All right, good to have you, bro. We've got calls are going to drop. Airwaves are weird, and then we've all got to remember there is a fair amount of pause between someone talking and someone commenting, and we've got to take that into account. So we have to allow for that dead air space before things catch up to us.
I understand. I understand that, but that's not the first time it's happened on this show. So you might sound a little sensitive to it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Well,
not your show.
Yeah, because it's not intentional. It's the pauses. It's the airspace, brother. So lean back. Garcon, bring Dave. Dave, what table you at, brother? You coming around? How? Relax, bro. It's all cool.
I'm actually going to add that into the introduction about that. Sometimes it seems like it's been lagging a little bit where people interrupting, but it's not on purpose. That's true. Okay,
right,
ready, Rack?
There's a long pause. We need to remember we're not talking right next to each other. All right.
Send the complimentary fish sticks.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Rack, you're up, brother.
All right, this was basically I just borrowed the melody from Still the Same. It's got nothing to do with the song really. I just appreciated the melody for what it was and kind of mimicked it. And it's just 3 verses. This is called Pure Disdain. You walked away, laughing as I writhed in pain. It's not okay, treating love like it's a game. Emotional scabs you picked in vain. Not a glimmer of remorse or shame. Just pure disdain. Heart of stone. Now a tune for every feeling you've known. Monument to the damage you've sown. Sitting in judgment on your lofty throne, rending flesh to the bone, till you're all alone. Last refrain, lamenting behavior I can't hope to explain. Psychological shrapnel exploding with blame, till my whole world crumbles from the strain, and I've gone insane.
Damn, Rack. So, brother, you take just a nice melodic song and you just drop a bomb of shit on us here that this person just wrecks your life. Quite an oxymoron, brother. I got to tell you, you did well with the phrasing in relation to the song here and the rhyme scheme. Wow, this is a heavy hitter. If somebody's like done you really wrong, then again, that's pure disdain. Very heavy duty, bro. Very heavy duty.
Thanks, man.
Let me take a call, and we'll get on with this here. As far as the other comments here, we've got Laughing Soul.
Hello. Hey, Soul. Hey, G-Money.
Laughing Soul, you with us?
Hi, Mrslilboo.
Hey, G.
Salva.
Hi,
Oh, Miss Soul.
How are you?
Hi, Razz.
How are you, Soul?
Just waking up to a beautiful song, to a beautiful voice.
Good morning.
To a sad song.
Perfect timing.
Did you hear Rack's song?
Yes, I heard him sing, though I didn't, get to read the poem. But it was a beautiful song to wake up to, very emotional. And he's gone insane. This is what he says. So, I need to read a little, before I actually give a constructive comment. So,
all right.
All I can say is that, Rack, you rock.
Yeah,
thank you, Jim.
Rack, they all walk away laughing, but trust me, trust me on this, that it's the beautiful hearts that blissfully laugh, in the end. So keep going. There you go. Yeah, Boo, I love you. True.
Aw, very cool. Great comment, dear. Boo, what'd you think of that?
Well, anybody who sings on the show, I give them props because it's very ballsy. And then to go a cappella is really crazy. But you did a great job, Rack. Your voice is beautiful, whether you're reading or singing. And pure disdain says it all. But, there's a lot of those who walk away, and like G said, and are laughing, but those are the ones who have to pay later. And who wants the person with a heart of stone anyway, I don't.
Yeah.
And they always want to blame it on you, too, but really they're the ones to blame usually. And I thought you did a perfect cadence with the song and a great dedication to the song, and you made it your own. Really cute, but really cold. Stay away from this kind of bitch.
Yeah, there is that. It does have that connotation to it. Rack, you did that. You sang that for us from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't miss a word, brother. You didn't miss not one word.
That's the first time that's actually happened, because if you look at some of the ones that I actually read, I still messed up on some of the words. No, I'm glad. I should be glad, because the damn thing is echoing in my brain more than it should.
Wow.
He has some disdain.
Yeah. Yes. Well, here's the thing. Well, they appreciate the song and the poetry, and now we've got to work on getting it out of your brain so you can move on to grassier fields, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Amen to that. Well done, brother. Boo, what are you loading up? What do you got, sweetie? What's next? Anybody
I
in a
was going
hurry?
to get some more comments for Rack. More comments for Rack? Yeah.
Yes, we are. We're gonna get
Alba's jumping over there.
Coming up. Hey, I want to get Razz's, Dave's, and Sawa's.
Yeah.
So, Razz, what do you got?
Yeah, this is a great take on a classic song and having its own original melody proposal of lyrics. I think it goes well with the prompt, which was rocking. And here, these kinds of games that lovers play is purely expressed by the change of lyrics, in which you have the one falling for what there was of the deception in the relationship to the point of losing their own sanity. And you can find this often in real life circumstances, but the after effects don't exactly linger on forever. There is the recovery process.
Yeah, thanks, Razz.
Yeah, amen to that. It's the that's usually the hardest process is the recovery process, but that's a lot of times where a tremendous amount of growth, endurance, patience, and long suffering come in, because we've all got to feel it. You've got to experience this. Well said, brother. Dave, what's your take?
You don't feel it, you didn't love.
Exactly. You there, Dave?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I like this quite a bit. It's a difficult thing to write lyrics into the song when you've heard the song 1,000 times, and the way AM radio kills songs and music anyway. I have to agree with what Boo said about the storyline in this poem. Oftentimes, people that you get involved with don't feel the depth of the relationship as deep as you do, and so they're not really invested in it very far. And when it comes time to break up the whole thing, then they make light of it and try to make themselves feel better. And at least that's my take on it. I've been in that situation more than once, and actually 385 times if you want to know the truth. But it's an interesting poem, Rack, and I like the way you wrote it, and I like the lyrics that you put into it, and I like Bob Seger anyway. That's a really interesting tune that you picked, and I think my hat's off to you for singing it on the air. I guess that's sure as hell on something I don't do, but good for you. So well done.
No, he did a great job. He did a great job with that. Yeah, what a memory as far as on it here. And Dave, all of us have been through a lot that we can all chime in on, I'm sure. But right now, brother, as far as you dealing with it 385 times, I'm thinking you're probably kind of at the top of the list there.
Yeah,
He's a super.
Yeah,
I don't want to be known on here as Mr. eHarmony. That's not something. That's not a handle I want. That's not a handle that I'm looking for.
I don't blame you. I don't. Hey, let me ask you one thing on that before we take other comments on Rack's thing. on all of those that you went out on, did any of them come in costumes or just some weird looking shit, or was it basically normal? You know,
oh God, yes,
commercials,
yeah.
Man. Some of that shit's way out there.
Some of this shit was really strange. You know, like this one gal, she showed up in a bright red coat, and she said, "That's the way you'll know who I am." And I thought, well, what's wrong with your picture? You know, but she said she'd show up in a red coat, and she did. You know, and oh God, I could tell you, you know, this is something we could sit down and have a few drinks over, and you know, I could go on for a couple hours about this crap, but you know.
I think we'll have a show for you, Dave. Let's have a show for Dave.
Yeah, Boo.
I was going to say that might be a. Hey, Dave, that might be a show in itself, brother. We'll talk.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm sure.
And
I'm sure it could make you guys laugh. You know, it was funny
I
to me.
want to do it. Let's do it, Dave.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
And if we do a poetry thing around it, we do a poetry thing around it, and you're okay with that. That would be something that might be of interest. All right.
Oh yeah,
Sounds
let's do
good,
it,
brother.
If we
do.
Yeah, I'm down.
Boo.
I think
we'll make that happen as far as format.
I'm down. Yeah,
cool.
That sounds like fun.
All right.
Fun. Okay, so
if we do it,
I'm being patient.
If we do it, we have to talk about things.
I told you. I'm so confused.
It's okay. Hey, go ahead, Rack, and then Zawa. Rack?
No, I was just going to say,
I want to get back on Rack here because we got a little off. Zawa, you heard Rack's piece. What'd you think?
Okay.
Even the title, Pure Disdain. I mean, the title itself, and if you took the sense of the song, the song that you inspired by, it's a guy who walk away. It's the other way here. She walk away, but not. You can walk away without being hurtful. But here you walk away laughing at your pain. That's really cruel, very cruel. No glimmer of remorse or shame. Someone who is very hard, cold, cruel, really, who will do heart of a stone. You're right to say she's heart of a stone. And then the damage. You talk about damage and how lamenting behavior can hope to explain psychological traps, exploding with blame. The entire crumbles. I'm sorry, I just confused from this train. I've gone insane. It's just, you see, we hear a lot of hurt, deep hurt, and that you can, when someone hurts you and you love them and you think of them, is it this real? It goes in your mind and it's circling. Is this what I'm hearing? Is this really real? That's the person that I used to know. I think that's what I see here.
Yeah.
And it's
when
very
it's that
hurtful.
painful. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Zawa. When it's that painful, coming through it, you've got to go through the whole process. And in order to bury it, you come into the final one after the hurt, that if it's been that bad and that belligerent on that level, there's going to be that disdain for it. Absolutely.
And you're singing, and the singing online like this, I applaud you. My goodness, and from memory, that's great.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Pleasure.
Laughing Soul, what'd you think, sweetie?
She ain't laughing.
I already commented on Rax, but I feel that what we are talking about, Dave's e-harmony, and here we have Rack, an extra sensitive and an over emotional soul. His poems are always full of emotions, honest emotions, I would say. It's very easy to we are talking about Rack, right? And
yeah.
And all I can say is I just love his voice, the way he reads his poems, or the way, he just sang for all of us. It's a treat in itself, and not a glimmer of remorse or shame, just pure disdain. And don't be like, all of us have come across such creeps in our life, and I would just say that, yeah, they do break us bad, and there are moments when you don't even want to. I read this somewhere that the pain, we don't want to let go of it because that's the final connection or the last connection that we have with the person. So it is so true, because that is all that is left. Rest everything is a pile of lies, or you are just left to think that were those words true, and especially if the person is mocking your love for them, it can just ruin you very bad, that your feelings, okay, fine, you found somebody else, but there is a decent way to move on, and say that, okay, this, being honest in any relationship, I think would really enhance the beauty of what we call love, and but blame games and going about and laughing and mocking the person who loved you so true, I think just is a lesson in itself, that don't give away so much of yourself that you are left with nothing, and that emptiness and void that
there you go.
You can't heal your own soul. So,
everything.
Rack, you need to write a love poem now. Next. You know what? Yeah, for me, because your voice is so soothing. You need to heal us. I mean, bullshit. Like, even I've been writing crap, like, heartache. And I'm sorry, but again, on the show, Randall, I loved your show because it, Boo kept pushing me. I was in hospital, so I just got out like a few days, just a couple of days back. And she's like, have you written? Like, and thank you so much, because she pushed me. I went about and wrote. Again, it's all about blah blah blue blue, heartache and crying, but so we need eHarmony, where he's going to talk about, Dave, you talk about the girls, those shitty craps that you've come across, and we are going to talk about the dickheads that we have met, in life.
Well, there is that. Sum that up in a nutshell. There's always about the dickheads.
And the douchebags. Don't forget.
What?
All right.
The dickheads and the douchebags.
Sorry,
Lizzie's here now.
Yeah, all fire. So that's right. Beautiful, my dear. Thanks. I woke up to a beautiful voice. Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks,
We've got a Boo, while we get another one up on the board.
We got Lizzie
and
on the phone.
Absolute great piece. I've got 570 that joins the lounge. Who's this?
Luscious Lizzie.
It's Lizzie.
Yeah.
Lizzie, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Thinking about you.
Hey,
well, yes, we were. Welcome aboard, dear. You can grab your table. Flipper will be coming around. Order what you want, dear. Settle in.
All right, sounds good to me. I'll have some Quavo, please.
Yeah, there you go. Song. Handle Lizzie.
You don't mess around.
Table stick. There you go. While Boo's putting up the next piece that we're going to, because I don't handle that shit. I don't have a freaking clue.
We got Soul coming up.
Lizzie, did you hear Rack's piece?
I heard it once before when he sang it on the air, but I did not catch it this time. I'm sorry. I just walked in, and you guys were doing comments. All I heard was G over there talking about dickheads, and I have a long line of dickheads I could talk about. So I mean,
well, there is that. Yeah, that part got their attention. Well, there's that.
Yeah, there's a long line.
Yeah, I hear you. Sweetie, if you need a double, go ahead and order. It's okay.
Yeah, she needs a double.
I need a double, triple. I don't know. I just need the bottle. How does that sound?
Oh, yeah, not a problem. I just got a fresh batch in. Flipper, bring Lizzie a bottle. She's going to be here a while. You're not floating home on your own. We'll get you there, sweetie. Glad you
All righty,
could be on the
thank you.
All right.
Gigi, I can't find where I found
you're
it.
Up here.
My
yeah, but I
SoundCloud?
can't find. You have a SoundCloud. You have a SoundCloud. I just can't find what I put it under, so I'm gonna have to find it so really quick.
Even
but I will
WhatsApp?
do rap. Yeah, I have it. I already downloaded it. I just can't find what I put it under at the moment because we have so many. So I'm going to put Razz first and then you.
Yeah,
is that okay?
that's fine.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
sorry.
Laughing Soul she has a SoundCloud?
Yeah, I have it. I just can't. There's so many in there. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's not under her name. So anyway, I'm going to do Razz first and then G.
And then we'll.
Okay,
all right.
Razz?
Then we'll go through the rotation and do
You
Laughing
ready, Razz?
Soul. That works. All right.
Yeah.
Ready.
G. Okay. All right. So
All right,
Razz, here you go.
Very cool.
All right.
I'll just take the tap water.
Tap water.
Here's the
On the rock? On the rock?
Stream. Yeah. And the song lyric of which it revolves around is by the group Love, The Red Telephone. The lyric was, they're locking him up today, they're throwing away the key. I wonder who it will be tomorrow, you or me. So here's a poem, Necromancer's Dream. Necromancer's Dream. Necromancer's Dream, face to face in the bouncing threshold. Present-day robotic, bionic hyperfusion and energy drinks. Replacement species marvel when the predecessor tried and colonized Mars. Helpless concern, the user manual off-time services. Private mischief endorses public mayhem. Bodily movement censors the corporeal transaction reprehensible. Milo looks dressed to kill as a ritual priest disowning righteous melody vows. Polish Stadium, the refugees assume vocal personification would be human loss. 3 o'clock ringing of the cell phone and the active roster unknown signal tracing recorder. Actual debate at the talk show on mute. We have seen the systematic failure of all global problems. We can do what there is today because it won't matter in the forerunner jousting marathon. Stronger bellying causes paranoid reaction to kinesis telemetry. Anxiety strain imposed by deliberate stimuli. Down the lower than earth soil dirt tactics in determining the opponent discarders. Reasoning chips are real, not stakes at Jennifer Easterly defense line of the infrastructure grid. Cyber wargaming. Scrambled text messaging, standard data rate fees. Joshua Heathers, gosh, the hardlining, transmission, Huska, synaptic nerve maladjusted, nuclear status elevated, anchored to Max Planck, invisible defeat. Here are the ones that will not be left behind. Here are the ones who shall not be forgotten. Here's the blank space to edit in the altered reality version. I was born into every one of you. Die was the protective self-defense mechanism. Dope obscurantism found knots, hopefully pensive. Griselda unfounded history pages exonerate defendant no relation claims and bastardized cultural heritage. Exploding building measure, the casualties leverage. United Nations and IPPCC mandate 2022, the right to own a YouTube subscription. Civilization is rediscovered limited to include access area control to the information provided on the directory of the web. Afraid of what we became, resent the natural instinct to ever fear. Simple quota, don't interfere, the best prevention measure. End poem.
Wow, brother. Okay, now all of us want you to sing that through that song. No? Okay.
From memory.
From memory. Wow. Brother, you got a lot going on here, man. I mean, this has got a bit of everything in it. I think the interesting thing for me that sums all of this up, because we could break this down and go on forever. Nuclear status elevated to Max Planck, invisible defeat. That's interesting if anybody's aware of Max Planck. You've got some outrageous lines in here. This is quite a heavy piece that would take a long time to break down of its content, as all your pieces are here. Quite enthralling. Boo, what do you think of that?
Whoa, I thought, well, you know, Razz, who's going to give you the social commentary, and he's going to get, I think, too bad Silk's not here because he's into the necromancer stuff. I forgot what that was. I know it's a game. Isn't it a game or something?
No, it's raising the dead. It's the ability to raise the dead.
Dave's probably better than me, but I like bionic hyperfusion energy drinks. I mean, replacement species. I think you're talking about how we can be replaced, or we have been replaced by technology and by robots and computers. How we don't think anymore on our own. We're not our own people, and every day that's just getting more and more obvious, especially to you. And then talk about all the casualties, United Nations and IPPCC mandate. And I love how you say the right to own a YouTube subscription. How now we're told what to do and everything matters in numbers. Like in YouTube, you have to have like 10,000 followers before you can even upload longer version of stuff. I think you're saying that maybe all of our choices are taken away and we've all become a slave to society and technology. None of us think for ourselves anymore. That's sort of what I see there. Good job.
Yeah, Boo, that's an interesting comment, Boo, that you say that.
The real one. They say by order, anyone should have the right to have Wi-Fi under human rights laws.
Whoa. What is this?
Yeah, the United Nations unleashed that executive order recently this year that you have to have Wi-Fi or you're no longer, connected with the actual world.
Quiet down, Lizzie.
I think it's echoing. It's echoing.
Whoa, Lizzie, we haven't even got to you, Lizzie. Are you popping off in the background, Lizzie?
I am doing nothing.
My ears.
I am hearing it too, Sour. Trust me. I'm hearing it too. I don't know what it is, but it isn't me.
It's not Lizzie. I got it.
Yeah, this time I'm away from all the dogs. I'm away from everything.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah. I'm away from everybody.
All right. Very cool.
That's crazy.
Rap. What'd you think of that, bro?
Oh, thank you.
All right. Awesome rap.
There
we go. Got your back wrap.
You at the same time. Yeah, I think Dave, he mentioned his dogs might be acting up. But anyway, Razz, I love the way that you put this together, and you talked about our decisions and technology affects us and all that. I really liked. I forget how the red phone plays home, but you tied that into the red planet and you moved on like there. The better you tie that together, it's little things like that you do that I appreciate, because it seems on the surface like there shouldn't be a connection there, but you still manage to tie it together, and that's what I love that you do all the time. This is great.
Very cool, Rat. Hey guys, for everyone hearing out there, I'm going to let you guys know that from the board here, these calls are dropping left and right, 3-4 at a time, and I'm putting you back on as they come in, okay? So, we're dealing with digital airways here. It is what it is, all right? And most of the airways are just completely contaminated with a bunch of crap.
Digital spirit.
Yeah, really.
Right? Yeah, we are. So let me, while I've been punching in phone lines, and we're going to get back to that piece again, I'm going to take another caller who's joining the lounge here. 586. Who's joining the lounge?
Hello, Randall. This is Papa.
Hello.
It's Papa Terminus.
Hey, Papa.
Hello,
Papa. How are you, brother?
Doing very good.
Good. It's good to hear from you, bro.
I'm reading real
loud. Perfect. We were commenting on a Razz's here.
Razz.
Go ahead and grab a table, and Flipper will be around here, man. Order what you want. It's on the house. Don't be looking at the backside if she moves that Flipper, though. I'm telling you, she's dangerous. All right, brother?
Oh.
No.
All right.
Settle in.
All right, good. Glad to have you. Sawa, what'd you think of Rack's piece?
It hurt my mind in a beautiful. It hurt my mind in a beautiful way as always. It's dreamer.
It hurt your mind.
Yeah, in a beautiful way. I like someone I feel like who romance and dream. That's what I don't know what necromancer mean. I have to say I was trying to look it up.
Dream is a deliberate tactic in which you try to deceive your opponent into playing a false logic game.
Wow. Okay. So this is about.
It also has connotations linked to the dead.
I see. And he takes us in a journey of everything possible that can relate to what he writes. I think that's how your mind works. It's really amazing. I don't know how you have this capacity. You explore it in every possible way in your writing. You take us from literally to Mars, to the space, to the stadium, everywhere, down to lower than Earth soil, determine the opener. Even in philosophy, Descartes, even in Descartes philosopher. I'm not going to lie, I still haven't grasped it 100%, but I see in your author notes, you say they're licking them up today, they're throwing away the key. I wonder who tomorrow will be tomorrow, you and me. I think where Boo is going with it, that's what I like, because you say control the information provided, the directory of the web, afraid of what we became. We becoming, that's so true. We becoming, I close my Facebook, I close my Instagram. I felt like I'm becoming really addicted to it in a way.
Well done, Joe.
And yeah, so I don't know. I think that's true. We're becoming, maybe that's where you're going for.
Guys, I'll throw this out there. That the more we pay attention to what's going on around us, you notice that the system is trying to hook us into a hive mind. Yep. All right, by numerous ways. We don't need to get into all of them, but a lot of us can recognize what's going on with that here. And the more we draw out from a way of that and get back to basics and what's around us, and and a lot less of this digital spirit bullshit, the better off and the happier we're going to be. Well said, Sawa. Laughing Soul, I got you back, dear. I know you dropped a couple of times, but I've got you. What'd you think?
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You put me on mute.
Yeah, we hear you. We got you.
Oh. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
You're echoing.
She's echoing.
You're echoing. You're echoing, G. Really bad.
Okay. I'll call back then.
All right. I'll get you when
Thank
you come
so
in.
You're going to be next, though, so call back.
Yeah. Papa, were you able to hear Razz's piece?
I didn't hear it, but I read the whole thing.
Yeah? All right. Well, that'll work, brother.
Okay, well, this is a very focused piece that kind of reminds me of some topic that I like to follow a lot. I like to write about is dystopia and dystopian society, and how the world is changing, and we have to, they're trying to have us more toward the cyber. Get into the cyber and social media, and
yes, they are.
A lot. It's like a emotional vampire, if that will, with social media. Sometimes I feel it's like an emotional vampire. I don't know if that's a good analogy for it, but this poem is very poignant, and I like the modern Gothicism and the steampunk areas that I was reading, and there's a lot of cyberpunk, a lot of steampunk, a lot of dystopia. It's just blows your mind.
Yeah, he's got it all going on here.
Thanks, Papa. dystopia is subliminated there in the text. You're right.
Yeah. And there's a lot to that of what you're talking about, Pop, as far as with what's really going on when you get down to the matrix of all of this. I'm gonna share something quick, and we've got area code 444 on the line, and I'm going to take you in a second here, but I need to get this out. I don't know how many of you here are familiar with the Mandela effect. And I know the details of what that is, and if anyone studied it.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm gonna throw out a couple things here, guys, to show you the possibility of the fabric of things we're dealing with that are subtle and yet in front of us, depending on your age. So everybody remember the famous hot dogs, Meyer hot dogs, Oscar Mayer? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you look now, you go to the grocery store right now, they're not Oscar Mayer, they're Oscar Mayer. I'm going to give you another one. I'm going to give you another one. In the Forrest Gump movie, life blank like a box of chocolates. What did he say? Life is like a box of chocolate, or life was like a box of chocolates. Anybody want to comment on that? Anybody see the movie?
I always thought he said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what the chocolate.
Yeah,
check
that's
out
what
the
I
movie.
thought. Yeah.
Check out the movie now. It says like life was like a box of chocolate, which doesn't make sense. Let me give you another one. The Bernstein Bears comic or child's book.
Yep.
Right?
Okay.
Now,
it's
do
Bernstein
you know what
Bears.
it says now? It does not say
Bernstein.
It says Bernstein.
Yep.
The Mandela effect. So you guys understand the Mandela effect. That something deals with the fabric of time here. Nelson Mandela was in prison for all those years, and they celebrated in the 80s his death. He died in prison, and all over the world for days there was this big ordeal and the procession of his funeral. Right? I don't know how many of you remember that, depending on your age and where you were at. I remember it quite clear, and they made a big deal around the planet. Come to find out, however, shortly after that, Nelson Mandela took the presidency of Africa and ended up winning the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So how is that possible when the rest of the planet just shortly before watched his funeral? I'm telling you guys this to start looking at certain things like the Ford logo. The cross part that goes across the F now has a curly Q on it. It never did. Logos to companies have been changed. And when you talk to people and certain things, they'll tell you that it's always been like that. Somewhere along the line, the fabric of time has been messed with. And anybody doing this type of research in Project Looking Glass, Phoenix Project, Montauk Project, any kind of stuff that's going on with CERN is going to get a clearer understanding of what's really going on. And it's going to be hard to grasp that the reality you live in, don't be so sure that it's the real one. Okay? A lot of stuff is going on across the board. It's fairly heavy shit that deals with cosmology and quantum mechanics, which is worth taking a look. But from here on in, maybe a few of you, when you look at things, when you go, what the heck? For any of you Monopoly players that played it years and years back, there was the guy with the top hat carrying the cash that had a monocle.
Right.
I don't know if any of you remember.
Right.
Look now at the game. He doesn't have a monocle.
He have a monocle. Yep.
That is true.
He does. Listen,
that is very true.
I'm just throwing a few of them out there. Somewhere along the line, a whole bunch of stuff has changed. And because I study this and paradigm shifts in global consciousness, a lot of people are saying something has happened. It's not the same, and we don't know where or when, but they're starting to become quite aware of it, which is pretty heavy duty. So just throwing that out there. And so I've got everyone on the call board here. Area code 440. Who just joined the lounge?
It's Steve.
That would
Steven,
be Steve.
76.
Hey, Steve.
Steve, how are you, bro?
Hey, long time no hear, bud.
Yeah,
How's
glad to
everybody
have
doing?
you, bud. Good. You got time to hang, or are you in a hurry?
No, unfortunately, I'm in a hurry because I got to get up
He's
for
in a
work.
hurry. He's on the board already. He's going to read and run. He's ready to go.
All right. Okay.
And then G. Sorry, G.
Hey, it's
And
okay.
then,
Right,
okay.
there we go.
And then,
All right. It's kind of funny that you were talking about differences in time type things, because this song that I wrote to is by Coldplay, and it's called The Scientist, where they're actually talking about rewinding time. So I titled this as one of the lyrics from the song, Nobody Said It Was Easy. A fissure so burns, sunken within my crux, a vacancy that swells with each flitting epoch, every lapsing of company I held dear, like a sealed fortune cookie that harbors no horoscope, no hereafter is viewable. And I ensconce, cobweb to the Davenport, weeping barms through soaked beard, pining for the rewind button on the impotent remote control to bring you all back. End poem.
yeah.
Wow.
You know what, Stephen, that's a heavy piece, and it does link in with this. This is incredibly well worded and quite deep here. Weeping barns through soaked beard, pinning for the rewind button on the impotent remote control to bring you all back. Okay, guys, you know, I don't know how many of you watch TV, and Steve, this is an incredible piece here, and we're going to get some comments for you here. But, and I don't know how many of you are affiliated or aware of ancient Druid culture, but they would make a particular wand that is where we ended up getting the name Hollywood, and the Druids would channel a spirit, and they would turn around and give you a vision, and that would create the programming for the people. So when you throw out the remote control, linked in what we're talking with, so that everybody's aware, you're dealing with a tell-lie vision that you have a remote to dial in your channel so your mind can be programmed, which is part of this matrix on a bigger scale. You throw this in with what's going on with CERN, all the DARPA programs, HART programs, Project Bluebeam, the list goes on and on here. And what they're really messing with is skewing the fabric of time or reality as we know it. Once you dig into this, this is an incredibly deep rabbit hole. And I would suggest that nobody goes down it unless you're ready to handle what you may find. But I'll tell you this from venturing down this. It will blow your effing mind of what's really going on. And on that note, nothing like you had a somber tone here, Steve. Boo, what'd you think of Steve's piece?
I think this is incredible. I don't know if this has been on the front page or not, but it should be. I'm going to put it in my list there. It's the picture alone is tripping me out. It's so cool. I mean, I love the picture. Weeping bombs through soaked beard, a rewind button.
Yeah.
Don't we wish we had a rewind button? I sure do, and could do it all over again. I love that song too. You picked a different song that no one else chose. I think it was out of the box kind of, and that's really, really cool. I think, and you stuck kind of to the emphasis of the song, which is about, caught up in everything else that we neglect, all the things that are important, and about the disasters that he goes along with there. I think you did a great job for the song and the poem and made me think. All that in a really small brevity. Awesome job.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boo.
Well said, Boo. Well said. And a Rack, what'd you think, bro?
Rack may have dropped.
Did he drop? Oh, yes, it looks like he did, as far as on it. Razz, what'd you think?
Yeah, I feel what this is implying. I think it's really a thought of trying to complete string theory, and if that was possible with quantum physics, then most of what you had termed the Mandela effect would be kind of obsolete to the fact that you could go back in time to a certain point in which everyone who you believe is dead now is really living any more than some other outside part of the string before it completes M.
Indeed. Thank you, Raz.
Yeah, hey, Raz, on that, because I'm throwing it out on the table while we're dealing with steam, because this is some heavy shit. Have you looked into Project Looking Glass?
I will look that up. She decided to refer to Project Looking Glass. I have
because
nothing else
it's a
to do
manipulation
but, ponder the same conspiracies like you, Randall. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
Randall's a stud.
Yeah, check it out, brother. We've got the military involved with some heavy shit here, and they've been doing it for a while here. So the technology that's truly out there makes the rest of us go back to the horse and buggy days. Truly, there's some heavy shit out there. Sawa, what do you think?
I love this piece. It's nobody said it was easy. You talk about life, how you're losing dear ones for the rewind button and then bonus remote to bring you all back. You wish you have them all back, but you can't. That's what I see here. Through soaked beer, weeping bombs through soaked beer. There's so much sadness and emotion in this, hidden in these imagery. From the beginning, feasters sojourn, sunken within my cruise. You give us a hint from the beginning. That's what I see. I might be wrong, but that's what I see here. Very deep, very emotive.
Yes, well said, Kara. And Laughing Soul, what's your take?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, hi, Steve.
Hello.
What an intense brevity. They say that during your last moments, the entire life just reels in a flashback. And somewhere this, got me that picture. And you've used such a classy verbiage, and so relatable how we all find solace in our little corner, weaving poems. And because, as you mentioned, the impotent remote control, this is so gripping, actually. There are no edits to life, but, only lessons learned. And I think that's what we try to bring forth through our poetry. Every single line of your poem was, such a amazing take on life, like a sealed fortune cookie that harbors no horoscope. I mean, still, we want the looking glass, and we want the fortune cookies, and what are we trying to search, or what are we trying to seek? That is the big question over here. Finally, we just want to go back and mend things, but we want to look at the future, at the same time. So aren't we the confused lot, pining for, to make life easy by mending the past, when it is just the present that we are, actually left with. And all that we all have been through, I'm sure you have, but, your the way you make everyone feel warm, I think it is what life has taught you. And for me, you are a brother over here, Steve. I really appreciate your presence over here. And thank you so much for this intense, strong poem, reminder to all of us that there are
very
no
cool solo.
So
Very
keep doing
cool
your
solo.
best. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Beautiful comment.
Thank you,
and take one more. Papa, what do you think, brother?
Now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper because I was reading between the lines. Especially the weeping barms through the soaked beard, pining for the rewind button on the impotent remote control to bring you all back. Now, Boo knows this, that I lost my father and my sisters.
Yeah.
And all I ever wanted was, I lost my father when I was 12 years old, so I had a lot of trouble, growing up without a dad. And one thing I always wanted to know is if I just could hit that rewind button just to talk to him one moment and say, Dad, are you proud of me?
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh.
And we just find all these metaphysical and mystical ways to try to communicate with the other side, and it's just so difficult to understand why we as humans can't get the communication to the other side. I mean, Ouija board, whatever. I mean, you could talk to them, but it's not the same. And they lie because it could not be them.
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Papa, on that note, brother, for us to move into it, and I will say this, that men barge in where angels dare to tread, because we're moving in an area that we don't really know, which opens up the possibility for incredible deception and malevolency, because we are dealing with something that's truly in another dimension, okay? Doesn't mean that dimensions can't be crossed and dealt with, but if you don't know what you're doing, don't get involved. You're going to get spanked hard if you survive for the rest of your life, clinging on to it. It's a big deal. Okay?
Right.
Very, very cool.
I studied all the different types of ways to communicate, and in dream interpretation and everything like that. But
there's numerous ways. Not all of them are good. Right. Steven, very cool piece, brother.
Thank you.
You got us talking, Steve.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, Steve.
That's what the lounge is about. Poetry is that lifts us off and pulls triggers that we can communicate and help everybody else move in all these different arenas, so we get a little grander understanding of what's really going on. Very
Indeed.
cool.
There you go.
And
thank you, Steve.
Who we got now? Laughing Soul, is that who's coming up?
Yeah, we got Soul. She's on the board, and here goes something. Thanks a lot, Steve.
All right. Thanks,
Steve. Deep, a poem by Laughing Soul. Love ain't for the feeble, they say. I know you told me he's not the one who'd stay. But now, please don't preach. I am hurt, deep, deep, deep. I know his lies you could see, but please don't preach. I am hurt deep. I smile, but I have 1,000 thistles piercing my heart. I wonder if he really meant those words, or were they all well-woven masks? I know you told me he's not the one who'd stay. I know you saw someday he'd surely stray. But now, please don't preach. I am hurt deep, deep, deep. I know his lies you could see, but please, please don't preach. I am hurt deep. Haunting questions each day consume me. Slow poison. My soul now seeks to be free. But please, please don't preach. I am hurt deep, deep, deep. I am hurt deep, deep, deep. Impo.
Oh, holla. You went with the song choice, too. A good one.
Souls. How do you make pain feel so good, sweetie? How does that work? Wow. I gotta tell you, dear, you know, you've got this please, please don't preach, and it's so deep, and it's a smile with 1,000 thistles piercing my heart. Damn, dear, I just want to pick you up and hold you. You okay?
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, group hug.
Thank you.
Group hug. What a beautiful piece, dear. Fitting to the music. Papa Don't Preach. Okay, that's what the song this was done to. Very cool. Wow, I really love this. You did a marvelous job. Haunting questions each day consume me. That's the world I live in. Very cool. Boo, what did you think of that?
Well, that was one of my one of our suggested songs on there, so she did that, which is pretty cool too. And Papa Don't Preach. I wouldn't have thought you would have chose that song. I think it's even cooler that you did pick that song. And like I agree with Randall, you make hurt sound so sexy and so good, but that's not really the case because the hurt's deep. And, you know, for that song, I think don't preach, don't say bullshit, don't say you want to be with me, don't say you want a relationship, don't say you want to be whatever committed and then not be, you know, just don't say anything at all. Just zip it. So, but I heard the pain in your words and in your voice, and I thought you did a beautiful job. And I love the picture, too. Awesome job, G. And don't worry, someday you'll feel better and you'll find your real prince and you'll look back at this and laugh.
Yeah, I think I've just accepted that, you know. I mean, I had accepted that there is no man probably to come in my life. And, you know, once you accept it, it's an easy go. And then comes somebody who awakens your buried dreams with no intention of seeing you through them, you know. And there you go then, you know. So it's better to stay you know, with closed, shut doors and high walls. It's best.
Yeah. But don't let a dickhead ruin it for you for other men. Don't let other men pay for one dickhead's mistake. That's what I say.
Yeah.
No. The only thing that you can count on through men, I mean, as long as you're getting one that didn't do the transgender thing, is probably the dickhead. But the rest of it there, don't hold that all against us, because some of them are truly assholes.
Randall, why are you so far?
Yeah. Razz, what did you think of that?
Razz is not a dickhead.
I could see the connection here with the Madonna song, Papa Don't Preach, and Teen Pregnant. And definitely there are many young mothers who are abandoned by those early fathers who get into that game in an age in which they're not ready or prepared to take on the responsibility of raising the kid. And so here, that line, it hurts so deep, that reminds me of the kind of reckless abandonment you have with these teenage pregnant girls who are becoming new-form mothers, but they're hardly even prepared for what's ahead by raising those babies.
Yeah, that was a background.
They're still babies.
Mm-hmm. That was the background to Madonna's song, what she'd written. Yeah.
That's because their children too are having children.
Mm-hmm. It's very sad for the children, though.
Very cool. Sawa, what did you think there?
Oh my goodness! You saying earlier that Raconteur is very emotive and full of emotion, and you are as well. You're a very sensitive human being. Get to know you. Her deep. You said it from the title. I read it earlier, but hearing your voice is so soft and so emotive. You can melted me. I don't know what the man felt. Melted my heart. So, but then I like where you took this the direction. You made it personal. Yes, you were talking about these young girls, but you turn it to something more personal. And I feel like the word "don't preach." When someone is hurt deeply, they don't want to hear someone telling them stop it or whatever. They try to.
I told you so.
Judge you.
Yeah,
I told you so. Judge you. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear. You want to heal. You want to get space. You want to feel it. You want to get over it, and that's all what you need. But unfortunately, I think we all are guilty of this because we care about a person, and instead of, I think we are all guilty of this some way or another in our life. But it's really beautifully done, and the repetition just dig in deeply in your core. Really deeply in your core. You made me very emotive. I felt your deep pain and hurt.
Love you, my son.
Love you too, my dear friend.
Aww. All right. Papa, what'd you think, brother?
Sure, let me go last for Papa Don't Preach. No, I'm just playing.
Go ahead, give it to us, brother. That's why you're last here.
I know. I really like how you went. I'm not going to preach. I don't have a soapbox, okay? I'm not going to preach. Okay. I really liked how you interpreted the lyrics of Madonna's work. As always, Madonna's full of controversy, and at this time when this song came out, there was so much controversy because it was about teen pregnancy, and it was just insane. But what I liked about this is even though it is full of pain, there is a provocative air to it. I mean, I don't know if I'm reading it. I read it right, but there's such a provocative air to it that is like a sense of pain, but in some ways there's a romanticism to it too. I mean, it's just very, very layered, and I really like how you interpreted the lyrics.
Yeah, she did a marvelous job with that because it's almost the way she comes across in the piece and the content and depth of the piece is almost an oxymoron, and that's what makes this so clever. Well done. Well done, Jules. Well done. Marvelous job. And Lou is still rocking. Everybody good with drinks? If you need drinks, just yell at the garçon. Flipper will bring them around, or snacks or anything.
You're going to have a huge bill. Randall, you're going to have a huge bill tonight.
Don't hesitate. We're here to relax and throw it on the table. So it's all good.
Randall, are we putting this on your tab? Is it on your tab,
What's
Randall?
that?
Oh, okay, then.
Oh, yeah, the lounge
Is it on your
got
tab?
it. Yeah, the lounge got it. Order
good.
what you will. I don't do that. I don't do these shows that often, but when I launch the lounge, it's all good. It's on me.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm
and
triple.
on
No
that,
kidding.
Boo, what do we have
Sal
coming
was
up?
next. Sal was going to go next.
Wow. I thought you're next. You're not going next? Okay.
No, it's okay. I'll go after you. I need okay.
Okay, let me refresh. After this happy one, we're like sad now, all of us. I'm sorry. Okay. J'avais l'habitude de voir mes rêves voltiger sur la montagne et sur la mer, de sentir l'amour dans mes yeux, de croire que mon cœur détient la clé. Après des années de confusion, où je nageais seule contre les marées de tourments, personne ne me voyait, où je criais seule en silence, entre des murs clos, personne ne m'entendait. Un jour, pour une raison que je ne peux pas expliquer, j'ai entendu un oiseau chanter. J'ai vu de la lumière dans les ténèbres. Tout ce que je savais est faux. Ces paroles, un château de sable noir, tous ces faux piliers qui sont brisés. Des larmes ont coulé sur mon visage, sachant que mes rêves volés, je ne pourrais les remplacer. Maintenant seule, la paix m'a trouvée. Plus jamais il n'y régnera avec la force dans mon monde. Je prie que la lumière divine éclaire mon chemin. I used to see my dreams fly over the mountain and under the sea. See love in my eyes, believe my heart had the key. After years of confusion, where I swam alone against tides of torment, no one saw me. Where I screamed alone in silence between closed walls, no one heard me. One day, for a reason I cannot explain, I heard a bird singing. I saw light in the darkness. Everything I knew is wrong. His word, a castle made of dark sand. All its false pillars shattered down. Tears flowed down my face, knowing my stolen dreams I would not be able to replace. Now alone, peace found me. Never he will rule my world again with iron hand. And I pray divine light, light my way and the storm.
Wow, dear. Wow.
Yes, I was.
Pain. I said, wow, dear. The pain comes through this, Sawa, but you do pain in one of the more tender ways that I've ever heard it done, with an innocence and a light and a purity to it, even in the pain. It's not muddied over. Some of these lines here, knowing my stolen dreams would not be able to replace. Never will he ruin my world again. And you had one up here of castles, if I'm not seeing, where did I see that? Castles made of dark sand. That's a heavy-duty statement here. And the castles and the false pillars shattered down. I mean, this is a total break. And yet you, darling, do it with incredible elegance. You know how I am on the French, so I really can't go there because that's already, I wouldn't care if you cut me. I'm all about that anyway. So the French, you know. But quite an enthralling and an endearing piece and a very revealing piece, sweetie. Well done. Boo, what did you think of that?
And I forgot to mention it's the o'clock of the song, the clock. I forgot to mention that.
Mm-hmm. I could see it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I could see it.
Very cool. Very cool. Boo, what do you think, dear?
What
She's probably finishing her poem. Clock for the.
Oh, okay.
Remember how you put the clock for Coldplay?
Yeah, you took one of the other ones that we did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah, I like this, and I agree with Randall. Even though it's like sad and you feel like it's too late, maybe you'll never have the love. You're confused, tides of torrents. Like no one sees you, no one envisions you, no one knows you're there, or you're alive, and they just keep walking by you, and you're in darkness. But still, it's got a bit of brightness to it, just because it's you. But you're still talking about now alone, peace found me. To me, this is what this is saying. You have faith in the Lord, and you pray, and He's with you. He has your back, so you don't really need someone there. Just anybody who will fill the space. Anybody could find anybody just to be there, but you want someone who's worth something and genuine, and those are harder to find. But as long as you have the Lord with you, you'll survive. I see. Beautiful job for the song and a great sentiment and truth.
Thank you so
well
much.
Well said, dude. That was a great comment there. Yeah, there's a much bigger love and a much bigger light when it doesn't go our ways or we get played, which if you know the string of pieces that have came are dealing with heartbreak or a wayward world. Quite confusing. It seems to be a continuum here. Very well said, Boo. Razz, what's your take, bro?
Yeah, I've written back on this piece. Plenty of deep loss is explained here. When the illusion of a fairy tale ending becomes a nightmare, and finally, it is time to wake up to reality. It's an excellent piece of romantic poetry.
Thank you so much, Razz.
Well said, brother. And Laughing Soul, what do you think, dear?
Oh, Salva. You know, what to say, like, she reads it with such strong emotions in her voice, and you know, we all have been through the emptiness and the void, and but with Salva, you know, in all her poems, though she's talking about you know, being down there, but eventually she romanticizes nature, and so beautifully she does that, from whether it's a bird singing or whether it's a butterfly, or you know, whether it's rain or whether just the feel of you know, the beach and the sand, and to just you know, that's Salva to find the peace and find the joy and find the happiness amidst chaos and in nature, you know, very beautiful. And I love the line, a castle made of dark sand. I mean, something which is such a strong metaphor. And when, you know, when dreams are, like I said before, that, you know, when you have laid down all your cards, and, you know, when you have just gone with the flow that, okay, yeah, this is it, you know, this is what my future is going to be, and you've dreamt and you've planned and you've, you know, and then everything falls flat, especially when, you know, you are being abused emotionally and physically. You don't want to, you know, your screams, as she says, go unheard. And there are unheard screams which we all go through with our nightmares. And then a bird comes along and sings, and that's Salva who heals us. Beautiful, my dear.
Thank you so much. My beautiful, love you.
Marvelous comment. Marvelous comment, Soul. Beautiful. And Papa,
going into tears.
What's your take, brother?
Oh, wow. I really like the purity of this piece, and there is a very sad undertone. I liked how you opened it. I used to see my dreams fly over mountain and under the sky. Feel the love in my eyes, believe my heart held the key. After years of confusion, where I swam alone against tides of torment, no one saw me. I know, I'm a bad singer. Leave me alone.
This was so nice.
But I loved how you opened this, and the ending was so profound as a tear flowed down my face, knowing stolen dreams would not be able to replace. Now alone he found me, never he will rule my world again. With iron hand I pray divine light my way. That right there speaks to me of the spiritualism of the poet.
Yes.
And you really captured the lyrical premise and the musical premise of Clocks. And that's why I was trying to sing it like Coldplay.
Thank you for making me laugh. Thank you for making me
laugh.
Very
well said, Pop. Very well said. That's a great comment.
Thank you so much, Chris.
And,
I really appreciate it.
And Lizzie, what do you think, dear?
Oh yeah, so I left you a message. You're this was so full of emotion, and then when you read it, you have that emotion in it. And like all your poems, they could start off with really painful tones, but at the end, there's always that little light of hope. And I have to agree with everybody that the a castle made of dark sand, all its false pillars shattered down. That is just so. You know, the fairy tale that was sold to you, and so you're living in this little fairy tale land, to then find out you're stuck with basically, you know, a monster. You know what I'm saying? He's either emotionally, physically, whatever it is, abusing you, and then you know you're just stuck there until you finally find that, you know, the little bird that sings to you, or that light that you say, you know what, I'm sick of this shit. I'm not dealing with it anymore, and you get away from it, and then you find yourself and you're free from it, and you're like, okay, I'm free, and I can eventually, you know, move on away from, you know, that ruling that I had, and I can live my life my way, you know, and love the way I want to love, and not, you know, have to be held down by somebody else. And that, I think, is great in that last line, and I pray divine light my way. You know, just amazing piece, really. I loved it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
Marvelous comment, dear.
Thank you.
Beautiful, Sawa.
Thank you.
And Boo, what's coming up to rock the lounge next, dear?
I was going to go next. It's a quick one.
Yeah.
If I can find it. Okay. I've written a million different poems, so this is Sorry, Papa, but this is for your contest. This is called Brute. Word travels in bullshit cells, stomping gravel lest I dwells. First burn and hearts, fires burn and hearts ache. The dream yearned and willed awake. The ponds ripples and banshees scream. It looks simple, reality is obscene. Flesh twists and seasons change. A list of reasons to rearrange. Flowers wilt and the sun sets. Baby lullabies and cold sweats. Wood knocks and doors close. Deadbolts lock and war grows. Secrets whisper and snow falls, dark drifters and phone calls. Chapters start and stories end. Laughter, death, and grow again. End poem.
Ooh. Wow.
Wow. Whoa. This is an interesting piece here. There's a progression here in this piece that moves from one thing like a tinge of Ecclesiastes, where there is a time for everything under heaven. Deadbolts flock and wars grow, secret whisper and snow falls, dark drifters and phone calls, chapters start and stories end, laughter, death, and grow again. The cycle that we go through, all of it, the good, bad, and the ugly, that we have to experience. That's part of that, the growth program, we should say, as far as that we're all involved with here. This is, love the rhythm and the bounce and the movement of this. Very cool piece. Razz, what did you think of that?
It's for the song from God, by the way, called Banshee. So if anyone's interested.
Very cool.
Razz.
You there, Razz?
Right. I was just finishing my restatement back to Boo, and I said being stalked by the adversary are in all paranormal events, folk stories, the darkness, which grapples along the subtext of the devil. This is true myth-making weaving.
Very cool.
Thank you, Razz.
Very nice. Absolutely. Great comment. And Sawa, what do you think, dear?
This is really speaks to me. I feel so many women can find themselves in this poem. Maybe you didn't write it this way, but for some reason there is words that can really, word travel travel. And stomping gravel, dwells fire, burns, hearts ache. They can really deeply hurt words as well as action, or I mean, they can be abusive as physically. What I'm trying to say, I don't know why it took me there for some reason. And then flower with the sunset, baby lullabies and cold sweat. Maybe I don't know, Boof, that's where you're going with it, but it took me there for some reason. I don't know, my mind maybe still emotional about this poem earlier. And then even though this pain and can really hurt you and you go down, but there's always rebirth. At every chapter there's an end and you rebirth again. Even the word brute, for me, that's what made me think brute in French means someone who's violent. Is it in English like this? Brute, someone monstrously violent.
It said it's another name for banshee. That's why I used it.
in French
I
it
love
means
that
brute. It's funny because in French it means someone who's brutally monstrous, like hurting someone. That's why my mind went there. Interesting.
Very cool.
But then I have to read it again because my mind went there because of the title.
Okay. Thank you, Stella.
Thank you.
Very cool.
My pleasure. I like the rhymes.
Cool,
amazing.
Stella.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Stella.
it's got some very cool lines in there. Souls, what do you think here?
Oh, a very haunting piece, and I was just reading the lyrics of the song she's penned to, and you can make out both are very fierce venting outs, wherein the line which says, "A dream yearned and willed awake, a pond's ripple and a banshee scream. It looked simple, reality is obscene." So true, when somebody has intentionally got you into the, web of getting your dreams awakened, and finally, you are nothing but a broken doll left tattered, torn and tattered, and screaming and yelling and wanting a hand to hold you, but it's like a banshee screaming, saying that there is death to this relationship, and that's what they do, when the banshees, they say, scream when they see or, when they sense death coming in a family or, and but the end again is so beautiful, where you grow again, and this is what is Boo. You are not going to bloody make any girl sit there, goddesses, get up, get awake, and get going.
There you go.
Oh, shit, the rise of feminist power. I can feel it.
Yes, so my darling, I love the title, Brute. Did you miss something that you wanted to say before Brute?
Yeah.
So there it is.
Cool.
Like, I don't want to say I've said enough, but yeah, Phantom Queen, and every word is so emotionally strong, so powerful. Flowers wilt and the sunset, lullabies and cold sweat. So, what do I say? That you have just ripped the entire song and made it your own. Simply fantastic. I'll be nominating it.
There you go. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Saul. Papa, what did you think, brother?
Well, this is for my contest, actually.
You got your book.
Sorry. I did my own version of the song, too, at the bottom for you.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. But what I really liked about this, and I know Boo knows this, that I am like Bronte Sisters junkie. I love Wuthering Heights. And as I was reading this, I could see Catherine. And
that's awesome.
I love Oh yeah. I love the line, the flowers will to the sunset, babies' lullabies and cold sweats, wood knocks and doors closed, deadbolt flock and more gross. That made me think of the struggle Catherine had to try to get the scoundrel Heathcliff to notice her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a very dark, and there's an essence of horror. And I like how you expressed how the Banshee isn't just warning about deaths in the family, but as a more metaphysical being, and taking the identity almost of a Banshee in this culture.
Well, thank you, Papa.
Yeah, well said, brother. Well said. Very nice. Lizzie, what do you think, dear?
Yeah, I like the darkness in this piece. I really did. I love the way it begins. Word travels and bullshit sells. That's like so Boo. Like I could have told you it was Boo just from that line. You know what I mean? Like it was just up in your face. But I really, really like the a dream yearns and a willed awake, a pond's ripple, and a banshee scream. It looks simple. Realities of seeing flesh twist and seasons change. A list of reasons to rearrange. And it's like everybody was saying, it's like that relationship that you're in, and it comes to a point where you just start to realize that, you know, it's dying off, it's changing, and you need to change something, whether it's the whole change this relationship, you know, we need to, you know, just it's not going to go anywhere, or something within has to change, but you're kind of, there's just something not working out right in that relationship. And then the flowers wilt in the sunset. It's like, you know, it wilted, it's dead, but, you know, eventually, you know, you come to change and you come to realize that there's more to life than just, you know, being stuck in this whatever kind of relationship that you're stuck in that's not working for you. That's what I'm getting out of it. And I could be probably really wrong, but that's just what I'm getting out of it. But, yeah, this is an amazing piece, Bill. Definitely deserves to be on front page. It's awesome. Mm-hmm.
Well said, Lizzie. Beautiful comment. Boo, who we got coming up? And while you get it up, darling, I'm going to take a call while you get the next one up.
Papa, then Lizzie.
Area code 218. Who's joining the lounge?
That's Blade.
That would be Blade.
Hi, Blade.
Hi, Blade.
I can't
Blade,
see
how
you
are
long
you?
tonight.
Hi, Blade.
I'm doing all right. That's okay.
Hello, Mrs. March.
Hello.
Do you mind if she goes before you, Papa, or do you need to get going too?
I don't care.
Okay. All right. I don't want you to have to know you. Okay.
And while,
you're up first.
While you get it up on the board, Boo, I'm going to take another call here. We've got another one.
Okay.
720. Who's joining the lounge?
Hey, Randall. It's Sweet Pea.
Hi, Sweet Pea.
Hey,
Hi,
Sweet Pea.
Hi, Sweet Pea. How are you, dear?
Hey, Miss Sweet.
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. We are enjoying the lounge, and I tell you what, sit down at your regular table. It's been a while. We still have it reserved. Garçon, Sweet Pea's here. Get her what you want. Order what you want, all right?
Sweet Pea.
Tap water.
Tap water with a lemon. Okay. Blade, you're up.
I want a root beer.
And then Papa. Root beer, there you go.
All right.
Ready, Blade.
So this was inspired by two songs titled Body Party and 34 plus 35. So this is Outside the Lines. A little spicy. rolling. You find my flesh an invitation, evoke endless moans of anticipation with your touch. I am unending, a canvas painted with your fingerprints. Smear your colors across the surface of my skin and know that our dance will imprint memories with every thrust of lust-filled desire. Trace my outline with the salt that spills from our pores and get ready to create a masterpiece from the fevered red lines I leave on your back. Say yes to the thought of our samba. A libido limbo to rock and roll. Get tangled in my tights as you dive between my thighs. A 34 plus 35 solution to problems of pleasure. I am lost to the melody of your music. How the song says, hit it like a side chick, pearl-clutching scandal stuck in smooth click as we click into place like the seatbelt I'll need to ride it. Sorry, got a little off topic. Can't help it. You're the best distraction I know. Help me spin and twist to the two-step tango. Tattoo our rhythms on paper and color outside the lines. Be wild with me. A watercolor movement of fluidity confined to the party between your sheets. And fun.
Damn.
Damn, Mark. I'm not sure if I want to take up painting or race car driving here. But I tell you what.
You gotta take it all.
Maybe I can drive on my way to the art studio. You can meet me there, sweetie.
There you go.
I think we got this covered.
There you go.
Wow. This is I tell you what tickled me about the flow and the movement of this piece and the dynamics are incredible. But when you come down here, because I'm going along for the ride and I'm just enjoying the scenery, and you say, sorry, I got a little off topic. Can't help it. You're the best distraction I know. This is why I prefer to be a passenger as opposed to driver, because I'm all over the board when I drive it. I need all the lanes. This is so well written in its fluidity and its motion and the imagery that it carries you along. This is just fantastic, dear. Marvelous job. I could go on this one. This is quite cool.
Randall, it doesn't matter that it's hot.
Me.
I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's hot, too, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that it's kind of hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, that was working for me. I wanted to get out my paints and start smearing shit everywhere. Beautiful.
Smear away.
Yeah.
The read is incredible. The picture is like, whoa.
Yeah, the read is quite, I think that enhances it, the way she reads it. She just moves it right along. Incredible dynamics.
I dance.
So
you
lay it on.
See me when I read things. I move.
She's dancing when she reads it. She said, yeah, it gave me a boner. Shit. I'm like, whoa. I mean, just the picture alone is incredible. And then rolling, how she starts it, my flesh's invitation. It's like, whoa. I mean, this is really sexy, really hot. Makes me want to paint, and I don't even paint. But it's about the memories that you make with somebody. And, there's these people that you're addicted to that no matter what you do, you can't shake them. And you'll drop everything to hang out with them. You'll do everything to be with them. They're in your bones, in your pores, in your veins. You can't shake them. I love our samba, a libido limbo to rock and roll. And that's awesome right there. Makes me want to dance naked. Great job. Awesome poem.
Yeah, there's that with paintbrushes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Very cool.
Bring your
Razz,
own paintbrush.
What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I would go with the previous panelist, the one who wasn't talking about dancing naked. How that underlying line is, you're the best distraction I know. Help me swing and switch to the two-step tango. This reminds me of the event I had in 2011 when I went to see Frankie Valli live during the winter. And it was at the Hard Rock Cafe. And what was on my mind the entire time was someone who I hadn't been with in years, but it was like they were there at the concert hall because of some form of, mental suggestion, which we had psychologically bonded, and it was a very good time. I came back home, everything was over magnified to the point of being in a whole other kind of realm.
You go. You
Very cool,
Raz?
Razz, you know what, brother? That was a very articulate and fantastic comment. And I think one of the things that hit me the strongest, the most about that was Frankie Valli. Somehow that had, of all the ones that you could have thrown out there, and you thrown out that was like, oh, well, that's a way cool twist. That had, it brought it all together.
You're the shit, Raz.
Yeah. Sawa, what'd you think, dear?
Blade, you have it rolling, as you said, outside along with music. I think you should do a show, Boo. Boo, you have to do a show special for that. On Saturday.
Boo.
So nice. I said you have to do special.
A sultry night. Yeah.
Sultry, yes.
Yes. Bonin, we love
goodness. Oh,
Sawa, what did you
she's
think
an
of
amazing
that,
poet.
sweetie?
She's an amazing poet. She really is. Blade is just amazing how you can write about everything. And she's gotten naughty tonight, but it's in a good way.
I almost wish I was a lesbian.
Classic.
I'm a lesbian.
What?
Shit.
What did you say?
I'm joking.
I said I'm lesbian.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, shit.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to go right on down the list with this. Souls, what do you think, sweetie?
I didn't, I wasn't around. I didn't get to hear the poem. I'll have to skip it.
You missed it. You missed it. You got to read it. Too good.
Yeah.
There is a SoundCloud.
Lizzie likes it. Lizzie loves it.
Yeah.
I love the picture.
Yeah, you'll have to go back and check it out. Quite a piece. Quite a piece.
Lizzie was the model.
Lizzie was the model.
Hey, yeah, we'll keep carrying on. Papa, what do you think, brother?
Well, I read this on the trade feed, and I put in the comment. The original comment was it's a very provocative. I like the accents of art, music, sex that accentuates the receptivity of the poetic nature that is quite sensual. But after hearing her read it, I must say that it was even more provocative, and it really has a sense of eroticism. I really say yes to the thought of our samba and the libido limbo to rock and roll. Get tangled in my thighs, and you drive between my thighs a 34 plus 35 solution to problems of pleasure. Damn. Mm-hmm. And the way you read that, that was just mind-blowing.
Off topic.
I'm actually blushing, okay? You know.
Yeah, this.
You're not the only
you know
one.
what, brother?
You're not the only one.
Sexy as hell.
That's
Sexy
what
as hell.
that's what the paintbrushes are for. So we can cover that stuff up. It's all good.
Bring your own paintbrush, fellas. Bring your own paintbrush.
Wow. And Lizzie, I know you're busting at the seams. Lay it on me, dear.
First, I want to start off. First I want to start off with I just saw a whole different side of Blade, and I like it.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw a whole side of Blade a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw a whole different side of Blade, and I like it. I love the whole sensuality, sexuality of this piece. It really, you brought it out there in a classy way. It's not like, overly done. It's just perfect wording, perfect, everything. It leaves to just picture it in your mind. So from the fevered red lines I leave on your back, I mean, that already. But I think that the part that got me is to get tangled in my tights as you dive between my thighs, a 34 plus 35 solution to problems of pleasure. How true is that? I mean,
yeah.
all problems solved.
That's
We're
such
good.
A heavy line.
Yeah, amazing piece, Blade. I really think this
line.
is cool.
Very cool.
Never thought that doing math would make a poem better.
Yeah.
Hey, you must have a happy husband, Blade.
Yeah. Sweet Pea, give me your brush strokes, dear.
Well, I think she kind of wraps me up in the sultry mysteries of Etta James and B.B. King, and then she turns around and slams me into the insane posse of the mosh pit, and just through those realms. And that's kind of the way I felt through this, is, you know, sultry, passionate to, damn, I'm going to take your body down and abuse it and then walk away, leaving you bruised, sweaty, and happy. And that's the way it went.
Yeah, she paints it. She paints it, tosses it in the car, and lets the driver take it away. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well said, guys.
No smock required, Randall. No smock required.
Absolutely. You know, yeah, it's strictly an artistic thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all about the art.
Well done, Blade. Beautiful piece.
Well done.
Boo, what do we got?
Excellent.
Blade, go girl. Loved it. Okay, alrighty. So now it's Papa. You sure you want to come after that, Papa? That's your fine. Just kidding. Okay, let's see.
Well, I got it.
Hey, you got it.
I got it. I can do it.
Yeah, I believe in you. Shoot, where'd I put the poem now? I'm sorry. Still, I had it up there, but I'm okay. Here we go. 1 second. Sweet.
Rattlesnake.
We'll do sweet. Okay. Tell us why you picked this one. I thought your comment was really cool that you wrote there. I wanted to do something different, you said.
Oh, I was reading all the titles of the songs, and I was like, well, I'll do something that nobody really knows. And I like live. And one of the songs they did on Secret Samadhi is Rattlesnake. Oh, cool.
I love live.
So
I got all of live. Live's happening.
Awesome.
Live's happening. All right, you're up, Papa.
Okay, Rattlesnake. His eyes stare from the podium. Preacher reaches out with gnarled hands. He's selling the drama, but for the public, he doesn't give a damn. As the rattlesnake strikes from inside a haze of alcohol, we toast with Lakini's juice. Venom spat out when the rattlesnake sleeps tonight. Forged questions, pins and needles. I heard them screaming in the streets as we take the sheep out to graze, as snakes slither in the fields, as the scene fades to black. The rattlesnake is waiting behind his diamond eyes, for we're all slack-jawed clowns, puppets that dangle, sipping Lakini's juice, throwing toppers at his feet. Venom's fat on a rose petal. We still take our flock to graze, and snakes are sleeping in the high grass. End poem.
Wow, very cool, brother.
Yes, they
very cool. This is a hard-hitting piece here. He's selling the drama, but for the public, he doesn't give a damn. Doesn't that speak a lot about what's going on in these effed up airways we're dealing with right now? I'll tell you something else that I like to toss in that only live fans would know. Throwing coppers at his Speech and Lakini's Juice. Both of those were albums of live. The first one, Throwing Copper, marvelous. Anybody wants a band that accentuates a lot of what's going on in one of the more articulate ways, their arrangements are something, and the lyrics are incredible. But for those who don't know, check out live. They are no joke. Papa, incredible piece, brother. Loved it. Boo, what'd you think?
Thank you, Randall.
Yeah. This reminds me of like the snake oil salesman and all those shady people that we put our trust in that don't give a shit about you, only about themselves, and there's plenty of them out there. And I agreed, the band is incredible. I thought you did an amazing job with that. But just like even the way that you read it, I could hear like the disdain in your voice. You like, you know this type and you know this type so well, and you're over it. And you're tired of seeing it. And we all are, like Randall said, it's all over. Let's see. I love that, too. He's selling the drama for public, but he doesn't give a damn. Snakes inside a haze of alcohol. Maybe you're also talking about addiction and how it grabs us. And it's sold now, you know, as vapes that taste like flavors and alcohol that has flavors and everything else that has flavors geared towards kids, but it's all bad for you. And at the end, you're just addicted with no one giving a fuck about how you are or what you are. I think this could also speak about doctors, too. Myself, honestly, Dr. Feelgood's. I don't know what the copper at the feet means, but I'd like to know. Awesome poem, love it. This deserves
throwing coppers at his feet means you're blindly throwing money at like
exactly
at the snake.
Exactly. And it's kind of interesting that Pop says that, because when you listen and study the album, that's what it's getting at its core, done through different songs. It's kind of a very cool album. Something interesting line here that you've got here that really struck me also. As we take the sheep out to graze, as snakes slither in the fields, as the screen fades to black. Crazy as this may sound here on a lot of esoteric levels, after what's going on around us and dealing with the serpent that goes all the way back to the beginning, where we get our virus, where we get everything, which is the, if anybody's looked at the root word of what serpent is and actually means in ciphering context, it means virus and bacteria. So it's the sting of it in those fangs. And it's interesting that a lot of humanity is referred to as sheep. So taking them out to the field where the snake slithers kind of seems like that's what the world's trying to do to get us hooked into a lot of different shit, isn't it? Well done.
Yeah.
Brother. Great comment,
Thank you.
Sawa, what did you think? Or Razz, what did you think, brother?
I would agree. There's definitely complexity in this, right? But I wrote back, since you mentioned Lakina's Juice, it's like secret knowledge of existences beyond science and the concealed matters of nature's intelligence that no microscope has zoned. Unique and esoteric scrolling.
Right, absolutely. You need it. You know what that is, brother, when you say that, Razz? When you get that juice in a metaphoric sense, it is the primer or the keystone or the Rosetta Stone that unlocks the rest of the equation. Well done, brother. Sawa, what do you think, dear?
Oh, this is really tough one, Papa. I read it like 10 billion times. It's so abstract, but there's so much depth into it. The continuation, or maybe they're telling a story, someone in a podium, like almost theater. When you say on a podium, someone his eyes stare from the podium, preacher reach out with garland. I agree with Boo. I saw in one of the lines where the drink, it could be alcoholic, that can be addiction, but also when you say the rattle is waiting behind the diamond eyes for we all slack, those clowns, puppets, and that dangle, sipping, laking. we are his puppets, like people who are talking about life, people who have nature of a snake, who are sneaky and hurt people. They attract us with their diamond eyes, and we are their puppets. We don't know. We really are attracted to them, but they played us like a clown and puppets, and we end up. That's what I see in this world. I don't know, it's stuck in my head, this one in particular. But in reality, they have venomins that is spat on beautiful rose petals. My goodness, spat on rose petals. We still take our flock to graze, and we don't even see it. We still take, even though they spat the venom, we take them to the place where the dangerous, where the snakes are there, because we are the puppets. That's what. It's very good. It took me forever.
Well said.
Well said. Laughing Soul, what do you think?
Yeah. First of all, hello, Sweet Pea. I think you're here. And Papa, like you didn't sing this for us. Yeah. Okay. What do I say? Like, this poem actually leaves you so speechless, because it's a slap across your face that, hey, wake up, what are you chasing and what are you following, do you even read between the lines? I mean, a rattlesnake actually gives off a warning. It tells you that, it shows you the red flags that, okay, like there is toxin here, there is beware, or you're going to be bitten bad. And sadly, that today media influences our mind, our thoughts, our opinions so much that we are completely blinded. There is nothing as to our own thought process or our own understanding of the world that's left. The people, the power that is in the hands of the wrong people, they they buy the media and they show us what they want us to see. So the venom has actually seeped so deep into our society that we have just given up trying to, figure out the right from wrong, and or maybe we've just lost the, capacity to differentiate between the rose petals and the venom. And amazing take, the way you mention about throwing copper, like it's like so perfect, that what are we doing? We are dancing to a tune of a Pied Piper who's luring us onto a path that he wants us to, and not realizing that and it is true for even in relationships, when you are blinded by a smooth talker, which whether it's a lover or whether it's a politician, I think our bloody brain cells.
With forked tongues.
I'm sorry.
Yes, telling you a little bit of
gentlemen with forked tongues.
Yeah, I don't know what our brain cells are made of. I think I don't have a brain, so.
Well, one thing you got to understand, guys, whether we're aware of it or not, is irrelevant. For once you know, you can't unknow, and once you see, you can't unsee. There is a lot of MK Ultra going on here across the board, and this whole thing in a global issue is a war for the mind. And that's where this comes in. If you want to be whole, it starts in your mind to grasp it, carries into your heart, manifests through your body on out. Without being whole in the center of your head here, you're never going to get it or be able to make conscious choices that'll do you any good. You'll go along with the MK Ultra. Again, that comes back to the tell lie vision. Very good.
True.
Very cool.
Very true. Because till you are not complete in yourself, you are going to keep giving into whatever little comes your way. Because that's what you are hungry for, and that little morsel. Whether you will accept the crumbs.
Yeah.
So we humans are made with feelings and emotions, but as you say that everything needs to be in sync, and there's nobody to blame here but your own self. If you cannot work on yourself, you will always be chasing chasing the serpents and the asps. So amazing dark dripping right, Papa. Thank you.
You end up shooting rubber bands and stars.
Goddesses don't take crumbs.
Exactly. I'm going to give you the last.
I'm going to put myself on mute for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Please put me on mute, yes?
Okay.
All right. Sweet Pea, I'll give you the last comment, and then Lizzie, you'll be able to comment and go ahead and read your piece, dear.
Okay.
So, Sweet Pea, what's your take?
I'm not really sure if I could add anything to what everyone else has said. I'm kind of in agreement with everyone. We just a matter of snake oil being snake oil, and you've got to watch your back and be aware of what's going on, and especially with what's going on now. We really have to pay attention.
I'll share something with you, and for those who have either done the study or have taken a look, be aware of the magnitude of the symbols around you in everything, and the historic and ancient value of them, because the symbols are part of the signets, runes, and part of the spell casting that's going on once you're able to read them and know what it is. And they're in front of everybody all the time. In the music, cartoons, throughout Disney, you name it, it's there if you're able to read the symbols, because they're telling you what's going on. On a positive note, the symbols will be their downfall. Very cool. Lizzie, lay it on us, darling.
Okay, so the first thing that came to my mind when I was reading this was the devil was an angel too. He slithered through Eden and he screwed everything up. You know what I mean? And that was the first thing that jumped to my mind, because to this day, the devil sneaks around. You know what I mean? He is in everything, through every back-talking, lying sack of crap that you will bang into in the world. It's like the devil just slithering around, trying to sell you something that's not real. And the majority of people, like you put, throw copper at his feet, not realizing for whatever reason that this is, the devil in disguise here. You know what I'm saying? And we walk through the streets. We're putting our children out in the streets, our sheep out in the streets, being, just throwing them out there while there's these snakes that are slithering around. So that was the thing that popped into my head, and I could be seeing this in a whole different, a whole wrong light, but that's how I felt about it.
You actually caught the religious aspects of it, yes.
Yeah,
oh, cool. Okay.
I caught it. Yes, no, I caught it. Well said, Larry. If anybody wants to look at the history of the serpent, and look at the history how it connects, relates as the movement of the dragon through the last 8,000 years. And check it out. Incredible study. Quite an eye-opener. Pop, well done.
Thank you.
Lizzie, you ready to give us yours, sweetie?
I sure am. So
right.
I wrote this using Miley Cyrus's The Climb. I'm not a big Miley Cyrus fan, but that was one of the songs I actually did like by her. So
we're gonna play
this is called Painted Ashes. Through glassy eyes, visions spawn. Landscapes painted on drifting clouds. Flaming stars dance just out of reach. Fingers sensing their radiating heat. A voice from the shadows awakes. speaking words ears are familiar with, dousing the flames, tossing me to the cold. Never shall I reach the goal. The echoes shake me to the core, shading reality with poison faint. Boulders of gray shower arrows and spikes, casting the light into infinite dark. Atop of a rumble I stand, as embers of my canvas fall like snow. Heated ashes heap upon mountain tops. 'Tis there I shall climb to start anew. End poem.
Wow, that truly was wonderful. I
thank you.
Right off the bat, I love the way you opened this with a through glassy eyes.
Somebody needs to answer this phone.
Yes. Yeah.
What is this?
Yes, that somebody's ringing. This opening line, through glassy eyes, vision spawns. There's a reality to that is quite incredible. Some of the wording in this is dynamite, Lizzie. Yeah, it's got a dark, hopeless feel to a point, but then again, you have a line here: boulders of gray shower arrows and spikes, like a shield covering, casting the light into the infinite dark. So even at the times when it's down the most, that light still comes through and penetrates into the darkness. Atop a rumble, I stand as embers. Yeah, it may consume me, but I'm making a stand in the light and will burn the darkness out of here. Well done. Boo, what'd you think of that?
She said she'll be right back.
Okay. Razz, what'd you think?
In every life, we come to a point that the opposition or what we're struggling against seems to have grown stronger. And after that breaking point, there's the moment where you realize you survived, and that's what makes you stronger.
Yeah. Isn't that the truth, brother, of what that old cliche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? And that rings true. And you know what? Guys, and I spent a long time studying a lot of stuff, especially that's about all I do for the last 40-something years. And a lot of what's going on globally is that aspect that we're reiterating to is we're going through a lot to get through it. And once we're through this and we can put it down, that is the ultimate vaccine. The rest of it is pandemonium, pandemic bullshit. This is the real vaccine, because once we get through this and win this door will never be opened again for this bullshit to come through. And if you want to seize the kingdom, you do it by force. And if we as the people and an individual cannot seize the kingdom that's before our eyes, we will never be able to seize the one that's waiting for us when we move on. It starts now. It's here. You people want your dream? Take the dream and leave no hostages.
Yeah.
Anything in your way of a malevolence, you get rid of it. A little bit of yeast works the whole loaf of leaven. And on a global level, this thing is so convoluted, and the malevolence is beyond most people's comprehension of what the hell's really going on. It is a war of another dimension being acted out in a physical plane, and the battle's ours. And the storm that's upon us is ours. We're the storm. People want it, you take it back from the minority who's holding it. We are their biggest fear, and waking up that is their dearest enemy. They don't want any of us woken up. And so much of this is so heavy, and this piece sits on the core of it. Well done. Yawa, what do you think?
Yeah, this is really beautiful, Lizzie. I love how you are part of a paint. You are landscaping, like a part of a landscape, painted on drifting clouds. You have dreams, stars, you're dancing. you feel the heat, but then suddenly this voice comes and shadow awake the words. Ears are familiar. There's someone who's close, but who've been doing this. If you say familiar with, that happens. That's repetitive. It happens. Tossing me to the cold, never shall reach the goal. Someone who doesn't want you to succeed. That's what I see here. And and the echoes shake me to the core, shading reality with poison paint. Then you see this paint was that they drew for you in this dream was not real. It was actually pretended to be beautiful, but it's poisonous, like the snake earlier, pretending to try to poison you. And you fall from the heated ashes, from the mountain tops, but you are so strong. Definitely that's you. I shall climb to start a new one, even though you went through this craziness. Amazing way you express your emotion and the fall. Incredible, really amazing. Today I'm not feeling well. I have some emergency in my family, so I'm not really clicking on the front page. Otherwise, I'll be doing this for all the poems. I'm sorry, my mind is not there today. But it's really amazing.
Thank you, Saul.
Yeah, really great poem.
Yeah,
I hope
Saul,
that's what I
cool.
see.
Thank you.
Very cool.
My pleasure.
And Saul,
what
do you think? Yes.
Oh my gosh! Whoa, you go, girl. This is one hell lot of inspiring and motivating poem, and for every soul over there who feels completely let down after reaching a certain level, and this is not what I wanted. So we try to aim for what's on the other side of the mountain, but forgetting that it's the journey that actually matters. Mm-hmm. It's the going about aiming and reaching the stars. It's like how Randall says you need to make yourself whole. So I would say that stars are definitely going to be out of reach unless you use your mind as a lasso and pull them and bring them down to your life. And the canopy of stars will hold you in the darkest moments, and if you use your mind as a thing to capture them. And what a beautiful take on the song. You've done a fantastic job, Lizzie. From metaphors like embers fall like snow, heated ashes heap upon mountain tops. Till there I shall climb to start anew. And girl, you are power, and you give it to everyone around you. Mwah, love you. Thank you for this.
Thank you.
Cool.
I'm going to pin it to my profile.
Well said.
Thank you,
well said. Well done. Boo, you with us? You back?
Yeah.
You tripping?
Yeah,
What's the
I was
deal?
going to say, on the outro, we'll play Lizzie. She has a version of her singing the song, and it's very beautiful. So I'll play it on the outro when we go.
How much time do we have left?
We have time to do. We're going to do Sweet Pea and then you, and then I'll have to carry the rest over.
And then we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to tell Lizzie, I think I love the title of this one, and I love your singing the song. I thought you did a great job. But this is about empowerment. This reminds me about people who pull other people down to lift themselves up. And those are the kind of people that I try to stay away from. And, this is about empowerment and self-love, and I think you did an awesome job. We all got to climb. Some of us seems like we got to climb more than others. But I'm with you, sister. You'll get to the other side. Great poem.
Yeah. And Boo, while you pull up you got Sweet Peas up here. Sweet Pea, I'm going to let you comment and then go ahead and read your piece, dear.
You're ready, Sweet.
I like this a lot because it talks about it's very sharp insight into our struggle.
of, you know, how people want to have a swim in the mud, but no matter what mud we're going through, we always come up with fresh air, and you clean yourself off and swim in the clean water, and you go back up and you shout and you scream, and you know what, you're always on top, no matter how low people want to bring you. One of my favorite sayings is, you know, it doesn't matter what people say about you, you know, because it's just simply not the truth. And you can look yourself in the mirror every day and know that. And
Amen.
People are to say what they want, but the truth is within you. So who cares? Just let them wallow in their own mud. And I really like about that message is there. And I thought it was brilliant.
Well said, dear. Well said. On that, sweetie, the board is yours.
All right. Get back up to that board. Take it out of here. Sorry about that. Take it out of your poem there, lady.
Echoing.
I have to find my poem again.
I put it on the board for you?
It's on the board. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I just, I got to get there. I apologize.
Oh, we're in no hurry there. Anybody else need a drink? Lizzie's on here. We've got Garcon.
Yeah, I
Flying
know.
around.
Awesome, bye.
I'm still working on my bottle, Randall. We're good.
That's all right. Oh, we got you covered. As long as we got you covered
Mojito.
here. All right, good.
Mojito, please.
Hey,
Mojito, please.
Okay, she's
Flipper will
ready.
make the rounds.
Ready,
Anybody needs anything.
Yeah, I apologize. This is written to Carole King's It's Too Late. This is me minus him. Abused brain matter scattered across the barren plain of a hat and a skeleton. Sucking on chunks of the sarcasm between cheeks and gums. Spitting bitter slurs at the roots of the spoken word. Dismissed by ignorance of independence. Wrapped in illusions of grandeur. Sociopathic. Sends light to reflect mirrors of fandom. Embers cold, cold diamonds turned to dust. Blessed by Heavenly Father's earth. Revision, rebirth. Vows, outward. Salutation slaughters and aloha smile. Pretenders hold hands for public display. Text to play nights in nefarious begging. Stiff and cold. A bottle of pills she held. Imitation teardrops for icicle eye. As a tangerine sky faded into the dark.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Well, I tell you, dear, this is a heavy piece. Your salutations slaughter in aloha smiles. Pretenders hold hands for public display. Text to playmates in nefarious head games. Somehow we're bouncing all around the same thing here that just keeps going around, that
all night.
ball of confusion. You know what I mean? As tangerine skies fade into dark, you notice the darkness is right on the edges if we allow it to get in and we take it over. And it's flaunting with all of us on an individual and on a bigger scale. Fantastic. Boo, what do you think of that?
Well, you notice how tonight all the themes seems to be a lot of the same sentiments.
Yeah.
People tired of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah. And,
yes.
So that's I love the title, Me Minus Him, because there's not you. Of course, I know you're happily married, but there's a lot of women who don't feel complete without someone. And it doesn't matter if he's a good man or he's a quality man. They just want to say they have a man, any man, and it doesn't matter. They treat them like shit. And dismissed by ignorance of independence. I love that. Rapid illusion of grandeur. These are about professional players, and there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them are full of shit. They can go on that dickhead and douchebag show, by the way. And, this is about, when you minus him, you're going to become you, who you are supposed to be, because this kind of person just holds you back and holds you down and stiff in a cold bottle of pills. She's so distraught, so depressed that over heartbreak, and that heartbreak can kill you. It's a real disease, and it's a medical condition, and it does kill. And this is that kind of sorrow, that kind of pain where you feel like there's no way out. You want to die. There's just nothing better. You're ruined. And I've been there before, too, and you can get to the other side. It's hard, but you can. And this is a very emotional brevity. Another one for the front page. Great job.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, amen. Amen to that. Razz, what do you think?
Yeah, I interpret this slightly different than the heartbreak and the love, even in the title, Me Minus Him. I see that overall that there's a negative side to the species. And so I wrote back echoes of opportunities that don't ever come again, like the Carole King song. And the death here has infected all the lands by the sunset hours setting of the life which shall not ever once more be known. It's brilliant metaphorical edging of the morsels to absolute truth.
Yeah.
You go with
that. Yeah, I agree. Sawa, what do you think, dear?
Oh, I love the Sweet Pea poetry. It's so emotional. I feel it's a real experience that you had to went through. That's what I feel. The way you read it, the wording. When someone's brain is abused by someone, a psychopath, as you said here, psychopath bends. They don't. They laugh. Aloha, the salutation, slaughter. I know someone that was like this, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel you really move me deeply, and they ignore. They have this grandeur of they just don't want never bend to see themselves. It's just the way the imagery brought it to life. It's so sad, but really brought what a psychopath is and what it does to a person, abusing and the imagery and the word is incredible. I applaud you for that, even though it's so painful, but beautifully done.
Well said, Sawa. Gorgeous comment, dear. Gorgeous comment. Thank you. Soul, what do you think, sweetie?
Hello?
Yeah, there, Soul?
Yes, I am here. And Sweet Pea, this is, I think, very, very relatable to many of us. And image, when I look at the conch, on the shore, it gives me a phrase that life is not a beach, that we think of it as a vacation, when we are in love. It's all about the sea and everything beautiful that goes with the beach. But when it hits hard, when you're left with, as you mentioned, that when the gloomy clouds envelop, the roseate skies. I've been there, when all the vows just fall flat, and especially when the person is so self-centered, it's all about, him and minus you, and how much can you give? Finally, the worst is when you are still in that relationship, pretenders hold hands for public display. I think that's the worst. That's the worst that can happen to anybody in such a relationship, because you are going to be abused day in and day out, and still you keep hoping that maybe he'll turn around one day. Maybe, he will value that I'm doing. Maybe he will change. And, living with those maybes and false hopes, it just kills you, when the vows go, with vows gone sour. It's like, even if the relationship has just been for a few months, it doesn't matter whether you have touched each other or not, even if it's like you're miles apart. But if he has moved something deep within you, and if it was all a bag of lies and bullshit.
That's the bottom line.
So,
that's the bottom line. If you're bruised in the heart, everything else is problematic symptoms and facades. Amen.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Papa, what do you think, bud?
Well, first, I loved how you interpreted Carole King's lyrics into your own style of expressionism. I love the whole idea of the pretenders holding hands for public display, text-to-play mates, and its various head games. That really is a very powerful line. And then your ending. Stiff and cold, a bottle of pills she held, imitation teardrops of icicle eyes as a tangerine sky fit into the dark. That sounds like that there was a contemplation of ending it all. To me,
that's how much it hurt.
This is just such a heartache, poem about heartache, and just such sensitivity and expressionism. Here, Sweet Pea, you always amaze me by that. I also put this on my front page.
Very cool.
And this is great. This is just great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I love the sweet.
Great comment, Papa. Yeah, I hear you. And Lizzie, what do
Randall,
you think,
when you're that low, that's like really bad.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's really the echoing is bad. But that's anyway. The lines that stuck out to me the most, CP, was dismissed by ignorance of independence, wrapped in illusions of grandeur, sociopath bends light to reflect mirrors of fandom, and that is so true because there are people that can just bend the reality, and other people see them as, oh, I can't believe that. How do you put up with her or him or whatever? Meanwhile, they're the ones that are bad. But they have some magic trick up their sleeve that they can make everybody else turn against you, and you are the bad guy. You know what I mean? And then you end it with stiff and cold, a bottle of pills she held, imitations, teardrops with icicle eyes. And I don't think it's a contemplation as much as, she actually did take this bottle of pills. She's laying dead, and here's this crocodile-teared son of a bitch standing next to her with these icicle eyes, cold as hell, could care less that she's dead.
Yeah, doesn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, well, move on to the next broad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is such a cold feeling in the person that you're describing that you want to reach out and slap the shit out of them. You know what I mean? Like, that is the
no remorse. No remorse at all.
Yeah.
No remorse.
No remorse for the pain, for the suffering, for the anything. Yes, there's absolute no feeling for this person whatsoever. This is an amazing piece. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
Well said. Well said.
And they're very appealing, these types of people. Yeah, we should. I'm going to put that on the list. Because there's a lot of them out there, and they're very attractive people. And they're very attractive people because they're strong. People are attracted to them, but they're shit. So, thank you very much.
Cool. Boo, what do we got?
Randall.
We got what? Huh?
You're up, Randall. You're going to be up now. I'm getting yours. Hold on a minute.
put it on the board?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it right now. I'm gonna look for it now.
I've got it. I'll put it on the board.
Okay, yeah, you put it on the board. I'll get the thing. Okay.
All right.
I can find it. Do you want to?
Something here, you guys are gonna recognize the piano here. Do something a little different. I didn't like any of the song titles, even though I put some of them up. So.
Let me guess. I'm just kidding.
Hopefully, I'll find more.
So I just wrote an original one, and it follows the pain line, so you guys will get it.
Yeah. I'm looking for it in the studio. I should have been. I was enthralled with Sweet Pea, so I'm looking. Forgot what I put it under. Shoot. I usually put it under.
All right, here's the lyric.
It's in there. Oh, you got it?
I got the lyrics on the board, but if you're going to play the piece that I don't have.
Yeah, I'm looking for it. Okay, here we go. Okay, ready. This is an original song.
Not the color of shadows. It's the weight of darkness that fills the night. It's not her shimmer. It seems to linger. It was the movement of her light. Only echoes on the water, random birds, and a rosewood cane. When a dream sheds a tear and says goodbye, empty space now holds the pain. Must be the absence that I'm feeling. Maybe a ghost that's trapped in time, in the prison of a memory, when empty space is left behind. Only echoes on the water and random birds that keep me sane. New dreams don't come easy. They live outside the pain, beyond echoes of the water and wrinkled hands on a rosewood cane.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah?
Okay, what'd you think, Stella?
Oh, I
go
really
down.
love
You can't
this.
ask for yourself.
Oh my goodness, this is really evening type. First of all, the music that she did, and I didn't recognize Ran in your voice for a minute. I thought, who was this? Did she put the wrong one for a second? I'm sorry. And then I recognized it. It's really sad and beautiful at the same time. The emotion is so deep. The repetitive lines really stuck in my head. Only the echoes of the water, random birds, and a rose cane that keep me. Only echoes on the water and random birds that keep me sane. Just you're someone who lives. We know that you live on the water, and there is heartbreaking. Someone that you love dearly, that you had to say goodbye with the tears, and she left an empty state. Only pain left there. There's no, you just feel the pain. And what really gives you console is the echo of the water and random birds, because that's you like nature, and that's what maybe console you a little bit. Your dreams don't come easy. They live outside the pain, beyond the echoes of the water and wrinkled hands on a rose. Wow, it's so true. New dreams, when you are in so much pain, you don't think of new dreams. You don't even think of them because you are in pain. This is so beautifully said and so emotive. It touched me, really moved the reader deeply.
Thank you, darling. As far as the lyrics and Boo's music just works so well with it. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, amazing.
Razz,
she brought it to life.
Yeah, I saw retirement and giving up an occupation is a kind of desolation here that years don't consolidate what has been lost.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well said, brother. Souls, what do you think, dear?
Oh dear, the song holds depths of pain, and emptiness, I'd say, is the heaviest burden one can carry. That emptiness and the void, that it just doesn't let us see the beautiful colors of sunset anymore. It's all about darkness, and it's all about loneliness, which you have, with an impeccable rhyming, given us such a beautiful piece, and it does touch the heart deep, and the wordings, I can keep saying that every line in itself is a song. Randall, you have done a beautiful job, my friend, and I can feel the pain. I can feel the emptiness, the void, the loneliness. And new dreams don't come easy. They live outside the pain, beyond the echoes of the water. Oh, but it is true. It is true, and fantastic job, and very, very heartfelt, very relatable.
Thank you, Soul. And Boo's music accompanied it so well.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Excuse me.
Randall, you are one hell of a songwriter. I mean, I am really moved by your words. And see, when I listen to a song, it's all about the lyrics. I have to hear the lyrics. I could pick up the lyrics in the heaviest death metal bands ever if the lyrics are speaking to me. And this really spoke to me. There's a contrast between darkness and light, and night and day and shadows. I love the only echoes on the water, random birds, and a rosewood cane. That to me speaks about almost like your coming of age. I guess that would be what I'm trying to say, is you're coming of age, and as the world is spinning, your world turns, you still feel like you hear those echoes on the water and the random birds singing, and it just speaks so pastoral. I guess that would be a good word for this, is a pastoral, lyrical song that really has such a wonderful intent and conviction that echoes. And Boo, wonderful piano, wonderful collaboration.
Beautiful. Thank you, brother, for your articulate and gracious comment. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Lizzie, what do you think, darling?
Oh yeah, this was absolutely beautiful. The music, accompanying it was just added to it. I like my lines that really touched me was must be the absence that I'm feeling, maybe a ghost that's trapped in time, in the prison of a memory when empty space is left behind. The capturing of losing someone that you love, and all you have left is certain things to hold on to. Yes, you go on, and yes, you make new memories. But the fact is that person touched you in a way that forever they will remain with you. Yeah. And sometimes it's the simplest thing. Sometimes it can be just the birds singing. Sometimes it could just be the favorite spot that you walk through. But the case is, there's always that one thing that we hold on to. And, the whole beyond echoes of the water and wrinkled hands on a rosewood cane, it's just that even through time, as we get older, we're still going to hold on to that memory. And I think you did an amazing job with these lyrics. This is a beautiful piece, Randall.
Thank you, darling. And I got it, and I want to say this again, guys, and thank you graciously. Boo's interpretation of the original music after she read this, all I did was send her a SoundCloud that she turned around and did that with. That just goes to show how phenomenal talented she is with the piano. Yeah, and to come back with this within less than a day is just mind-boggling, to capture the essence in the mood with the piano. Thank you, guys. Sweet Pea, what do you think, dear?
Thank you, Randall. I think she may have left.
Did she leave? Sweet Pea leave?
Yeah, she had to go her dog.
Oh,
or maybe
yes.
I think her dog baby. I do want to mention something really quick, that tomorrow we're going to try Blackout Poetry, and that's at 9, so you kind of have to look at the topics there. It's something new we're trying. I don't know if any of you have tried it before, Blackout Poetry.
I'll be blacked out and hosting, and there'll also be Boo. So that's all content. It's the type of poetry where you take like a newspaper or a body of material work, and then you blot out all the words except for a few ones that spoke to you, and from there
so
you have what to
it's like we'll have to upload an image, right?
It's the type of writing, blackout poetry.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So just look at the prompts. There's prompts up there, and you can. It's pretty cool. And then Sunday's open poetry at 9.
Oh, it's like we'll have to do it physically and then upload the image. It's not that
you can either make your own,
it.
or you can take one of ours, or you can make one of your own.
No, but what I'm saying is that we cannot write it down. We will have to physically do it and upload the image, right? Yeah.
Well, you cannot. If you tell me
the
image you want, I'll send it to you.
Either prompt-based or use your own text if you want to be inspired by the form, blackout poetry.
Can I ask a question, please?
I'll explain it to you.
Can I ask a quick question, please?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I mean, do you take the code that I saw it? Do you take it and write a read poem, or you do?
You write a poem based on those words. Like you see the one on the board. There's there's 4 words there. Yeah, you can put them in any order. You pick those.
Okay, you're not writing a poem like that. You're just writing it from the words that are left over after you black out a certain amount.
Yeah.
That's what I was confused.
Yeah, after you black out the text.
Yeah, you're not blacking out and then sending it to them. You're just going to write from the words that are left over after you black out whatever.
And I don't know if you guys look at the prompts, but some of them are hilarious. Some of them are really funny. The prompts are some are funny.
Yeah, it's more of a minimalistic poetry form.
Yeah.
To be a prompt,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool.
That's 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So you can
Boo,
say your
are
thank
we
you,
ready
Randall?
to wrap up? Yes. Are we ready to wrap up closing number, right?
Yeah, we're going to do Lizzie on the way out, but you can say thank yous now.
Yes, I am. So, things here, guys. First off, I haven't done anything from the lounge in a while. I kind of do when I get the mood, or our lovely Boo bugs the shit out of me enough, and I will. Love her to death. Boo, want to thank you for all you do, darling. I wouldn't do this without you. Razz, thank you, brother, for joining us. Razz, you too. Dave, Sawa, Soul, Papa, Steve for popping in, Lizzie, Blade, fantastic piece, Blade. Sweet Pea, thank you so much. Sawa, love you guys. And guys, in the world of darkness that we're going through, we're going to come through this, all right? Some of the stuff that's coming is going to rock you. Hold on.
Thank you, Randall. Thank you.
I wrote a piece about 25 years ago for a children's book, and I'm going to give you I'm going to recite it to you so you hold on to this, because it truly is very real. Dreams can be like magic, each day another show, never knowing what can happen, sometimes not knowing where to go. But that's what makes it fun, the adventures that we pick, because a dream that becomes real is the greatest magic trick. Thank you all. Good evening, and God bless all of you. And Boo, let her rock, darling.
Okay, thank you.
I could almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most, yeah. Just keep on going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. Yeah, always gonna be another mountain. Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast to get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. And sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast you get there. Ain't about what you're waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Reward your appetite for life. Now when you apply for the Gold Card, choose Gold or Rose Gold to earn 4 times points at restaurants worldwide. And you can enroll in the $120 dining credit to get up to $10 per month as a statement credit when you dine with participating partners. Enrollment required. Plus, you can earn 60,000 points. Explore the benefits of the Gold Card and apply at americanexpress.com/goldcard. Terms apply. American Express. Don't live life without it.